I look and see, it's not just me.
Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see, it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call this problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, it would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes, I look and see, it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see, it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call this problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. We call this problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Get wild! Yeah!
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Tonga.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Well, folks, it's been a night to remember, but right now we are out of time. I'm Nick Diamond.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And I'm Johnny Gomez. On behalf of all of us here at Celebrity Deathmatch, good fight, good night.
And now to the man of the hour. Can someone get him a vodka with Metamucil? Blonde, great in-ring wrestler, great on the mic, a womanizer, 16-time champion, but enough about Kurt Hennig. Ric Flair has been paid millions and millions and millions of dollars by Vince McMahon, and he didn't have to fuck him.
SDL. Two bad bitches, one hot track. B3 CCA, bitch. Two bad bitches, one hot track. Hello, hello. It's that B3 flow. You said you know me? I think you don't. My friends are rich and you're looking hella broke.
With Matt, I'm a real rough rider. Can't keep up, my arse must be tired. Slow-mo, super villain, Zack Snyder. You talk shit, but I know you're a subscriber.
DSL on our lips cause we're naughty. Hannah Montana acting like Miley. We can't stop cause we're the life of the party. Got your damn squirming Scotty too haughty.
SDL with the $sign ho.
B3CCA with the 3 cause I'm cool.
Face fat, ass fat, say hey. Two bad bitches, one hot track. Haters got no grip, that's priceless. Haters got no dishes, that's wifeless. Diamonds in my mouth, I'm priceless. Always ready for a fight, can't try us.
You thought I'm a thotty, you thought wrong. Just a hot body with a body and a thought. You wanna fight? Let's get bloody like Carrie. I'm queen of the prom.
SDL with a $sign ho.
B3CCA with a 3 cause I'm cool.
Top of the indies now on top of the charts. We're spending our cash and breaking your hearts.
Coral.
Back in SDL, bitch.
Me and Steph are the dream that's inception.
Face fast, ass, big money, say that.
2 bad bitches, 1 hot track.
It's 2 bad bitches,
2 bad bitches, 1 hot track. 2 bad bitches, 1 hot track. B3CCA with a 3 cause I'm cool.
Top of the indies now on top of the charts. We're spending our cash and breaking your heart.
2 bad bitches, 1 hot track.
It's time for Jim Cornette's Right Through, sponsored by Stephen P. Send an email to our crew, buy a cameo or 2. It's Jim Cornette's Right Through. Come and pull up to the window and we'll open up the screen. Watch his corny cuts a promo on the bitch at Dairy Queen. Hear a tale of Smoky Mountain and some stories from the South.
Then make like Vince McMahon and shove a sandwich in your mouth.
It's Jim Cornette's podcast.
I'd be remiss for my friend if I didn't ask you about Fallen Angel.
So the Fallen Angel is a performer named Chris Daniels, and Chicago guy.
Yeah.
And was brought out to Los Angeles, and he had the daunting task of taking someone like me who couldn't move and trying to teach them the basics,
how to move,
the basics of the business.
By Pro Wrestling Clips, Fluter Civil, Conan broke the internet with his Vikingo contract news. Though everyone's saying he's going to WWE.
Well, they can say whatever they want. That's not happening right now, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
The system is...
The system is broken. It's time for a revolution in wrestling media. Tony Khan revolutionized the dirt sheet media. What's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. Yeah. I am your host, Phil motherfucking Marks in the building. Can I get a yeet? Dropping F-bombs. Earl Skakel at the beginning there. Dropping F-bombs. I got a fan blowing over here. It's cold outside, but it's hot indoors. Oh, well, I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to catch a flu right away. You know what I mean? No, just jokes. How's everybody doing? What's happening, guys? It is another PWT Live Show, episode 98 to be exact. We got 99 coming on Wednesday and 100 coming on Saturday. So make sure you're here on Saturday. You do not want to miss. It is going to be AEW, whatever it's called, the Grand Slam Scam. Whatever it's called, I named it. I invented the name. Grand Slam Scam, and what else is on? NXT Vengeance Day. So those are going to be awesome. We'll obviously do go home show reviews. Maybe I'll do a pod. Speaking of pod, round of applause to the PWT universe who run the likes up to 100 with over 130 of you already watching across both channels. So round of applause to you guys. Also, you know, we're at over 1,700 subs on the youtube.com/@prowrestletimes. So that's the podcast feed channel, the replay channel. And then on the main channel, which is this one, or maybe you're on the other one because we're live on both, but Pro Wrestle Clips, we're almost at 6K. Like, fucking easy. That's all thanks to It's Because of You. Already need it. It's all for you. No, sorry, I messed it up. It's all for you. I was saying because of you. See, I always try to pull a song out botched. Even I botched. Even I botch sometimes. Okay, and that's all right. as everyone files in and I freak out. We got a lot of news to get to. We got some silent WWE releases. I didn't do all my plugs. So patreon.com/prowrestletimes, please. I'm doing a content dump, promise. You guys can probably tell I'm a lot livelier here on this Monday than I have been lately, Feeling a lot better. I feel like this nerve shit is shit I'm just going to have to live with the rest of my life, okay? So now it's just about figuring out how to manage it, routine. And I think I'm getting that down. So, but you guys don't care about that. We got AEW news to get to. Yeah, we got, they finally are releasing people. I'm going to explain why Tony Khan's actually releasing people now. All of a sudden, he decides he's going to start releasing people. Ringside News, Steve at Ringside News is having a drunken meltdown. We got to go over all of that. We might open with that. Maybe we got to save it because there's a lot of cussing and craziness, a lot of like rumble.com type talk. I think he's like copying Kanye. He's pulling a Kanye. I don't know. But we're going to go over that because it's insane, because it's not just like copying Kanye's tweets. He's like evoking wrestlers' names and stuff. So we'll just see before those all get pulled down or he gets his account banned. We're going to check in with that. And we obviously have Raw on Netflix tonight. What else? We have Everybody Wants to Be a Part of TNA. So we're going to go over that. We have some Super Bowl shenanigans. Okay. Some Super Bowl sadistry. Okay. And no, I'm not talking about Kendrick Lamar bringing Drake's ex out to dance to his fucking song at the Super Bowl, which everybody can't get over, which is pretty savage. Like if you're into it, I don't keep up. I don't know. I don't really keep up with I haven't heard all the back and forths, but obviously everyone's heard the probably A minor. You got 70,000 people. You got a Royal Rumble screaming that at you. Pretty crazy, right? So I know everyone popped for that. I didn't really think too much of it till I went on social media. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess this is like real. These guys are being real petty, huh? So funny stuff. Anyways, we're going to talk about, and I'm not going to get into the Super Bowl, right? But I'm going to get into the people who were at the Super Bowl. Okay. And then what else? This is a jam-packed show. I just made the title about all the AEW releases because that was just the easiest thing at the time, and I was running a little bit late, but I'm sure there's way more. Oh yeah, and then we have Dave Meltzer being utterly delusional about Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron at the Grand Slam scam. Just utter delusion, hilarious delusion. So I cannot wait for it all. Make sure you hit the like. I want to get to 100 as quickly as we can. Also, we might have an update, George. So on the last show, the chat just went off on Saturday night. If you guys weren't here, go back and watch like the live show replay. Basically, I said something about, Jericho said something about himself. And then I said something, I don't know. Maybe I didn't start it because someone kept it going in the chat. So I don't know if I'm responsible for starting it or if you can attribute it to Jericho or if someone in the chat, right? But Jericho said something about himself, and then I think I played off it, and then chat just kept going all night. Like even tried to carry it into the Discord of like Jericho painted the Sistine Chapel, Jericho, like all the, I can't even remember them all. There were so many, they were popping me so hard. So go back and watch that on Saturday. I guess George has an update. The top mod of the top pod has an update on like he went back and sought out who actually started it. Right. But we have to debate that, I think. So maybe we'll save it for Wednesday. That's more of an AEW centric thing, even though we have news for everything in the next. Hopefully we can crush out a bunch in the next half hour because we have Raw on Netflix to get to. And you guys know I like to lock in for that. And but I mean, there's always commercial breaks, right? So anyways, let me check in with chat. Speaking of chat, because you guys are goated.
Acknowledge me.
Real quick. Cleric of Chaos says, looks like there is a Stark observation coming.
Oh, come on now, Eric.
That's not very fair to make jokes in a dark time like this, Eric. Cleric. Oh, shit. To make fun of the situation. Cleric, to make a pun when it's like guys are out of their jobs. And I mean, Ricky Stark's in a healthy AEW. I'm here for it. Eric, Cleric, rather. That's super funny. Thank Okay, chat. Let's check in. No offense. I don't know who you're offending. It's because Jericho dug the. Oh my God, I lost it. Panama Canal with his teeth. Oh my God. Okay, don't start it again. Eric, bro, we ain't Bischoff. No, that's the bit, bro. But now it's Cleric. Oh, come on now, Cleric. How are you gonna come on here and not understand the bit?
Come on now, Eric.
I can't believe Miro was let go on Rusev Day of all days. I know, right? Dude, this is definitely the comment so far, Daniel Krager. Okay? That's amazing. Anybody here a Dallas Mavs fan? Yeah, of course. Of course, Pete in Texas is popping up. Yes, he is. Okay, Moose Knuckles here. I'm still sad about Luke. Okay, this ain't basketball time, okay? This is fucking this is PWT time. Okay, so tonight, let's a little quick preview here. We have CM Punk will appear, AJ Styles return to Raw, Dakota Kai and Io Sky. So she's returning after her concussion little checkups there. She's all good. Morgan and Raquel, Bailey versus Valkyria in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and the Mysterio versus Paul in the same deal. It's absolutely stacked. So yeah, this is a stacked Raw, plus it's 2.5 hours to 3 hours. So there's more than just these 4 things, right? We'll see matches be made, you know, at the top of the hour and all of these things. Guys talk shit. They'll have to meet up later, square up. So we're definitely here for it. Where do we go with to start news off today? I think the way to do this is we'll just start with light news, right? As we do. And then we'll get into everything else. So I'm just quickly skimming through some folders here. Yeah, so we'll just start with light news here. I'll take you guys over to this tab. Oh, yeah. The one thing also, I did a podcast with Megan Ambers. Okay, check that out. It dropped this morning. If you guys didn't see it already, okay, so that's a really interesting conversation. And you guys were like, "Oh, you haven't Denise Salcedo on her?" And I was like, "No." But she is a journalist. She's a writer, writes for Body Slam, and also does like 4 podcasts and shit. So I had her on, and we had a really good, fun time. And we talked about Duke Hudson, right? So he was like silently released a month ago, and nobody even really knew about it. So these cuts, there will be light one. I don't think it's going to be at the same time every year. I think you're just going to see them look at their quarterlies and shit like that, and look maybe into, okay, going into WrestleMania, coming out of WrestleMania, what are our plans? These people don't fit into any of this. All right, it's time to let them go instead of the post-Mania cuts, the post-Mania blues. So that was the other thing. George Capture, thank you so much. The top mod of the top pod comes through here. I'll play you a banjo, but the list was being discussed. I said that I invented the list. Then Nick said that his wife invented the list. The first person to use Jericho is Moose Knuckle, with Jericho invented the bloodline.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge Moose Knuckle there. Okay. So yeah, the last show's fucking hilarious, man. I'm sure you guys all listened to it. And yeah, George, thank you for finding that out, because I was curious too. I was like, I swear, I think I'm the guy who licked off the first line on the air, and then everyone went from there. But no, if it was Moose, you got to give him credit. He's one of the goated people in the chat. Round of applause for chat and George Capture and Moose Knuckle. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, so over here we have a little bit of like UFC MMA news, and we're not going to spend a lot of time. Just quickly, Kamaru Usman was here at WWE headquarters visiting Triple H. This is a while ago now. This is like a few weeks ago, so I just must have forgot that this was even in here. Right, so they're chilling. There you go. Usman, people would argue in his prime, one of the best welterweights of all time. And then Ariel Helwani a while ago as well. I believe this is like well over a week, 2 weeks ago. Ariel Helwani alluded that Jake and Logan will not be fighting. So I was all shocked. What? It was just a reality show? He fucking knew. Ariel always knows, dude. That's why that's his catchphrase, right? because he always knows what the fuck is up. So let's dive into what else do we got? I'm sure we have miscellaneous news here. We do. So we'll share this tab. Gabe Kidd, who we've covered here a little bit. We've tried to cover him as much as possible. He's a great hand. I encourage you all go check out his Wrestle Kingdom match. Beyond that, I haven't been like keeping up because Kenny beat him. If Gabe had to beat his ass and then walked into AEW and was like, "Oh, bitch, slap you in your own shit, bruv," I'd have been so into it. But no, they didn't do that. And he's got a great look, great attitude. He calls people out. He's fearless. And like Nikki Bella and Brie mode, he's fearless, right? But Gabe Kidd, bruv, is like, "Eric Bischoff, you a waste man, bro." So that's some like, "You a waste man, bro." Do we have to Urban Dictionary that? I don't know. That one's even flying over my head. Anybody from around Gabe Kidd's neck of the woods who knows, "You a waste man." I love it. And then he goes at Bischoff again, but this could be a part of maybe Gabe Kidd and MLW possibly, because Bischoff is doing it, and Gabe does this work shoot thing. He tries to work people into shoots. Okay. He's not really going to run up and punch Bischoff or you guys know what I mean? He's a professional. Trust me. And the right people trained him, and he's worked with the right people over the last years. But this is what I'll say. He goes, "Imagine ruining WCW at some point. Now you a bitch." I think it's maybe because he's friends with Ospreay, like IRL, and they're saying AEW is where careers go to die. And Gabe Kidd, I predicted, all X-Files myself, but I told you all this a long while back, right? Probably not even. I do so many of these shows. It probably wasn't even that long ago. But I think Tony Khan is sort of the reason Gabe Kidd's allowed to shoot on him in promos and stuff, but that Chris Charlton guy isn't, is because Tony Khan is going to hire Gabe Kidd. He's already poached everyone from New Japan. He's probably already got, here's the thing, right? We've talked about it as well. Tony Khan and Maple Leaf Pro have sort of a TNA WWE thing already before they announced the TNA WWE thing. It's just low key. It's just behind the scenes because it's all private. Right, where WWE's public, so they have to do this shit. And Anthem's like, I'm not sure if Anthem's public. No, is it not? No, I don't think it is. But either way, they try to make it seems like that's the direction they're trying to go. Ultimately, people think WWE will buy TNA, and I think if they do, it won't be called like WWE Impact, or it'll just be TNA, but it'll just be a subsidiary of WWE. That's how I think they'll still continue to brand it and market it and everything if they do that, because that's what TKO and Endeavor sort of do. It's like the UFC. They've scooped up all these other organizations. They're used to this. So is the WWE. Anyways, though, I digress. I think Gabe Kidd is sort of, "Hey, dude, you're promised all this money. You're gonna come here. We got you locked down. Maybe not on paper." But Tony's like, "I'm in on the work, boys, right? Should I get my neck brace? Oh, okay. I'll sit this one. It's like, "No, bruv, just don't say anything." Kenny's like, "Yeah, Tony, just don't say anything, dude. Let us handle this." But anyways, though, it's great. Shout out Gabe Kidd, because I like guys who use their social media to like work an angle or keep me wondering, do their gimmick. You have to imagine people say, "What if there was Twitter back in the day?" I think it would have been just as bad. But if they were trained the same way, where like you got the shit beat out of you, or you had to beat the shit out of people to defend the business, then maybe not. Maybe you'd see more people doing their gimmicks. But even Undertaker is just Mark Calloway now. So it is what it is, man. Life moves on. Okay, so what else do we have for light news? I guess, does TNA quantify light news? No, it doesn't quantify light news. That was light news. Round of applause for light news, ladies and gentlemen. TNA gets its own thing now. Imagine Twitter being around in the 80s, all facets of life. Yeah, I need to hydrate here a little bit. Hit that like button. Yeah, thank you very much. I did. George spending PWT money to do super chats. Gotta drink water, folks. Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, chugging. That was probably pulled a Tony Khan on Ariel Helwani there. Chugging. Yeah, chat was cooking Saturday. It was hilarious. Excuse me. Okay. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to get back into this. What do you guys, we'll do TNA news next, even though it's not, I'm not going to let you guys choose. Oh yeah, we only got 2 things in here this time. Yeah, maybe it is still light news. Moving along here. So as you can see, Familia Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio says he would love to show up in TNA and take over. And Rey Mysterio doesn't rule out a TNA appearance amid WWE partnership. Now you see people coping. All lies. This account is ran by a con artist and habitual liar. And like, I get it. You don't like the guy who runs it, but I guarantee if I ran up on Rey Mysterio and I just said, is the possibility of you ever being in TNA? And then he goes, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, there's a maybe a 0.1% chance. And then you just write this headline. That's the game these days. So I guarantee you, like, I'm not defending Ringside News by any means. We're about to look at their utter meltdown, but it's just funny how, I don't know. I just like how fucking people get so triggered by TNA. If you notice that, if you try and put over TNA or you say anything that kind of gives them any shine right now, people get so upset because they can't, like, even Dave Meltzer, study the business. Oh, you weren't right before me. You weren't right before Bischoff. You're a con artist. And it's like, dude, I said it. There's going to be a TNA PLE or PPV because I think they are moving away from PLE too. I think TNA is like, no, we're calling them pay-per-view still or whatever. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty fucking positive on that. But like a pay-per-view for TNA, attendance-wise, will outdraw an AEW pay-per-view. Now, worse has happened. GCW outdrew AEW Dynamite in the same fucking building. So people want to get mad about my TNA prediction. Yo, listen. Worse than that has already happened for AEW that even I didn't think they'd go that would happen, so don't get mad at me for like my mid-level when there's like a whole tier of worseness that already happened to them. Not saying it's bad that other feds are outdrawing, but GCW's purely an indie. These motherfuckers are on TBS and have Osprey and Monet and all this shit, and they're getting outdrawn in the same building as indies. They're sweating like HOG wrestling and stuff. So yes, I think we see Dom. I don't think we ever see Ray. That's my prediction if I had to X-Files it. Here, and I'll give a banjo for fucking. Here we go. So where are we going next? I'm trying to think here. Let's do WWE news before WWE starts. That's the way to do it, okay? So, yeah, let's hit our WWE. And we got a handful here. So I mentioned earlier, guys, check out my podcast I just did with Megan Amber's Megan the Impact on X. And we talked about, and she brought it to my attention, and this was recorded before all of the mass releases. I don't want to mass release. I guess, yeah, it was like 10 people or however many people got released from WWE. But she brought up, like, Duke Hudson was released a month ago. No one's talking about that. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't even realize that. So another one was Elektra Lopez happened after the fact, or maybe during the same time, but she just didn't leak. Right? We don't know. I don't know. I think I have that on the soundboard now, don't I? I'm botching here. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Julia got us that one. So, I just want to bring that up. Duke Hudson released, Elektra Lopez released. I'm not going to be like, see them in TNA or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Those are 2 people that I'm not shocked or worried about, or like, I don't really care. Chase U, I think, ran its course. It peaked in NXT. I think they know that. I'm surprised Andre Chase wasn't released, and not to hate on him before Duke Hudson though, right? But they saw the program with Ridge Holland and all that, and I guess Ridge Holland really stepped it up because that's a guy everybody said would be on the chopping block and may have been at one point. But yeah, Duke's gone. He'll do well. I'm not going to say go to TNA. I don't really know where he could go. He was just very much Chase U, and that was about it for me. Who else? Thea Hale is still in WWE. Of course, you got to keep her. She's a protege, as Brendan Shaw would say, but a prodigy, in my opinion. Very young and just light years ahead of where she should be at. And again, someone who with the Chase U stuff could have peaked. Now, maybe in her 30s with the knowledge and the skill she has, hopefully time permits, she stays healthy and they use her correctly. What else? Andre Chase. So I don't know what you do with him. He was kind of doing bum-ass Corbin's gimmick. Again, I'm not sure what you do with that guy going forward either. Maybe he's just a manager or something. I'm a proponent of more managers. But anyways, shout them out. And Elektra Lopez, I mean, I don't know why they couldn't figure out the whole lucha warfare thing. They did a little bit of it, but you have the LWO, then you have these other groups. It's like, hey, just give Dave Meltzer his 12-star fantasy, but CMLL fantasy matches, let him fucking yeet all over the papers in his office, right? And let him get that one out as well, because it would be undeniable. And just do the lucha warfare thing. I don't know. Maybe it got fucked up with Ray not being available. Maybe they just don't, because a lot of people are saying, well, Cruz del Toro and them are still there. I'd look out if I was them. But I don't know, man. Those LWO shits are selling shirts. Now, they don't need those guys for the LWO shirts to sell shirts. They don't need anyone for those to sell shirts. But, they're good talents too. But like Joaquin Wild is getting older now. I think he's like 40 or 42, if I'm not mistaken. I don't mean to and we're not being ageist here, okay? I'm just saying for him to, I can't imagine he's getting paid a whole lot, and then he's probably happy with the extra merch money coming in that they got to divvy up a bunch of ways, I'm sure. But ultimately, I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think a lot of these people are still like Los Garzas. They shot all the Netflix promo stuff with them. You didn't see Netflix stuff with some of these names that got released, other than maybe like Sonya Deville. But here's the thing. She just was on. I'm sure if she was like, hey, I'll take less money, I'm sure they'd still sign her. I'm sure they'd sign her again down the line. She just had a bigger deal. A Vince deal, pal. Anyways, though, let's go into the current news. Penta speaks on how Cero Miedo with Giga Chad Van Vliet is not just a catchphrase and inspires people to never stop chasing your dreams.
The lifestyle, because I know a lot of people in different parts told me, hey, Penta, thanks for the Cero Miedo. I conquered the cancer, some different things about
how you've inspired all these people. Yeah.
When I hear this, it's like, okay, I know what is my responsibility in my shoulders. I need to improve every day, my body, my mind, my heart, my soul, everything, because I know a lot of people, I inspire a lot of people, Y the Cero Miedo is, this phrase is like lifestyle. Now,
hell yeah.
It's the lifestyle. I start with me, and now everyone.
Yeah, go and check out Insight, Chris Van Vliet. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to CVV Clips as well. I don't know. We love Penta. Put him over all day. He says that Penta goes on to say that being in WWE has always been the goal for him. It's his dream, brother.
My dream brother.
Was WWE always
my dream brother?
Was WWE always the goal, always the dream for you?
Of course. It's the best company in the world.
And same with the Costco guys.
Was there a point?
Shout out Big Boom AJ. I can't do a Spanish Latino accent.
In your career when you thought maybe this isn't going to happen, maybe I won't get to WWE?
Nah, never. Never doubted about me about my talent, about my energy, about my passion for this sport. Yeah, I think this is the best formula for to be here.
Hell yeah. And he can just talk. Let him go, dude. Let him go. So Zeta Steel, an indie talent with lots of popularity, I believe was WWE ID'd, was at the Performance Center with a custom jacket. And yeah, I think she's coming in full force into that NXT women's division. Start a women's show. Hey, do a weekly women's show. That's what they have to do, is a weekly women's show where main roster, where it's mostly NXT, but main roster women go there too. And like the tag titles are defended there. And that's where you get the crossovers and all of that. Okay. I just think that's the fucking move, dude. I don't know where you do it because, yes, I agree. I think Awful Wrestling was like, don't do it, Phil. And he's like, because if the ratings don't stack up, like let's say it does less than Dynamite, then that's going to be, oh, the women in WWE don't draw. But you know what? I don't buy it. I think the women in WWE would outdraw it. Would outdraw AEW right now. I'm not trying to knock AEW, but we're just talking about that's the culture online. That's what would happen. You bring it in Zeta Steel too. Like, holy shit. There's so many women. Just do a fucking show. Do a show. Do the PLE once a year. Right? And just tie it in. Make it like appointment viewing. Like, or maybe that's not the move. Maybe I'm wrong on that in the long-term vision. Right? But what do we do? Add another hour of television or something? Like, how do we get the, I don't know. There's the influx is insane. I think you could do their own show. But again, you want to paint the picture they're equal to the men, and they are. You know, I'm the first one to put that shit over as far as there are women, and Charlotte Flair outdraws a bunch of dudes. Now, it's just the way it is, right? There's lots of women talent who outdraw lots of dudes, whereas back in the day, that would be like the exception, you know? If you got to be like Sable would come in, or like a Sunny, or it's like one at a time. Whereas now you have like a handful of women that can outdraw a handful of dudes, outwork a handful of dudes. So, yeah, I don't know. Shout out Zeta Steel. I don't know why it made me go off on that tangent, but we definitely, or AEW do it. Someone be innovative and just go, fuck it. We'll just do a women's show on YouTube once a week. You know, someone just pull the trigger on that. I think that's the move right now. I think it's in demand. And if it doesn't work, okay, I'm wrong. And I'll gladly say that shit. But anyways, Penta Zero Miedo, WWE. So I don't know if he has like two Twitters, guys. So I think he has his normal one. And then I think this is one he made for the fact he's in WWE, or this is just a fan account. I don't know, but I followed them. So they posted this clip, though, of just basically the meaning behind Penta's mask.
Can you tell me what the meaning behind your mask is?
This mask represents my culture, and the dragon is for me is like my god. The color, the black color, is my best color for me because I think the black is like serious. The black is like more fancy for me. So this style, like ninja style, because I love the ninjas too. You know, it's like couple things about my real personality. This is.
Yeah, to me, he is La Parka mixed with Ultimo Dragon is sort of how, and then his brother is sort of like that to me too. I've always seen him as sort of like Rey Mysterio mixed with Ultimo Dragon a little bit. So you can tell they have that influence.
Is the mask, the Penta. The stars, you know, the ninjas too. But the most important thing,
or like the Japanese influence.
My mask is the dragons.
Can you tell me what the
and like the dragons and all that shit. I love it. I love that so much. I'm such a Pentamark, dude. Here we go. So, ringside news again, which who knows? He's a liar, I guess, right? A drunken liar. So, Nikki Bella's WWE return and bringing up Brie Bella sparks a challenge from the Tonga twins, who are talking a lot of shit, and they're around the PC, but I don't know if they're trying to work their way into, you know, get the social media presence, to work their way into like sign them, but they were in, what was it? Wow. Was it called? I forget what the promotion was called. Wow, I believe. Yeah. And I would like to see them in there. And I'm not even saying do the whole women's bloodline thing, but they need fucking teams. But then they're releasing halves of teams and shit, chat. So I don't really know. I talk all that shit about them developing the tag teams, and with the women, do they just drop those belts down to NXT? Like, what do they do with them? Start a women's show where it's the only crossover, right? Because I don't want to see Bianca with the tag belt. No, I want to see her and Naomi cook with a fucking team and then build up heat and have a women's tag title match at WrestleMania that stands the test of time, Daddy. So the Tonga twins would be awesome. I don't know. I know like Nia Jax doesn't need heaters or whatever, but she was teasing the women's bloodline thing. I'm always putting it over. Let's say you don't go that direction. Maybe Ava goes to main roster and manages the Tonga twins, right? So that could be something. Fantasy Mark booking it. But yeah, I don't know. The twins versus the twins, a little twin magic. I'm down with it, Daddy, but you got to build up to it. Can't just do it out of nowhere. And again, the Bella, like, okay, let's say the Bella twins come back. I'd put those tag straps on them just for like the marketability, whatever. I'd introduce new belts as well. They just look kind of, I'd reestablish that fucking division and do it on the backs of a team. I was hoping they'd do it on the backs of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Nope. I'm still crying about that. That's the one that hurt me the most, right? I know everyone's like, oh, nobody cares about the fucking these people you pretend to care. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like Sonya Deville, I'm not losing sleep over her being released. Isla Dawn, I kind of am. That to me was like, whoa, are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, though, looks like it wasn't, this is via WrestleLamia. This wasn't wrestlers who were released by WWE recently. There were other people backstage as well. So this is from a verified user somewhere. This could just be made up. This could be fucking Grok writing this for all we know. But WWE released Me Too. So this person writes, up until Wednesday, I was a video editor for their social medias. Out of nowhere, they called me about some budget cuts and terminated my contract early. I'm heartbroken. I've been a huge fan, and this was my dream job. My desk was decked out, and I was so proud of my job. This is just me ranting and looking for support from a community I've been a part of, I guess. Hopefully better things are coming. Yeah, right now, apply to AEW for their social media department. Apply to GCW or something, even as a freelancer. Just hit up these indies and go, yo, I worked with WWE. Here's my rate. I'll fucking, let me help you. Help me help you. Maybe even take a bit of a hit. Maybe even take a bit of a hit on the wall for a second to put yourself out there. Or maybe you're way ahead of me in the game. I don't fucking know. But just put yourself out there right away off the back of this. If this is true, you have that on your resume now. Don't let it sit and fester and be an angry person. Go look at like YouTubers and shit who need social media. You know, who need people doing social. There's a million things. Go hit up Fox, the USA people or whatever. I don't fucking know. Just start sending your shit out there. Don't be afraid to send DMs right now. That'd be the best way to do it. And if you weren't shit at your job, then you have a reference too, right? Be like, you can call the King of Kings. Triple H picks up the phone. He was a shit. We fired him because he was the drizzling shits. Anyways, so Elektra Lopez released on Friday. Yeah, so just kept her chicken lips closed, I guess, right? I don't know why she has chicken lips. No, she doesn't. But ultimately, they moved Zelina to SmackDown and then were like, Elektra, peace out. You know, because I thought they were going to mix it up more. Right? Because they were kind of feuding before. Am I wrong about that? I thought they had crossed paths before. Maybe I'm wrong about that earlier on. But yeah, I don't know. Unfortunate. She has a great look, but her in-ring work isn't like blowing you away. You have Jordan Grace coming in. And so Ringside News again, they go, would you give up millions for a shot at WWE? Well, it wasn't fucking millions. Jordan Grace took a pay cut to sign with WWE. Now, while this is true, the money she's going to earn down the line, once her cup overfills, the merch sales and shit that come in, when she goes, yeah, I'm going to do all of these road dates, or she's the newbie, so she's going to be, I know they cut back on the road, but she's like, no, I'm going to be on all these fucking house shows. And she sees that check come in. Yeah, it's going to be all good. And the pay cut is like what's her upfront guaranteed overall. But down the line in the history books, if she gets a deal with like Wheatley, so good, I drink it neatly. That jingle stuck in my head. But let's say one of these brands they're affiliated with, let's say Jordan Grace goes in Fortnite or gets so popular she main events WrestleMania or goes on the fucking Tonight Show or does something with Netflix and a movie somewhere. Right, which is happening more and more. Becky Lynch is in Happy Gilmore 2. Why? Because Sandler's a fan of WWE, okay? And it's probably like, okay, Becky's getting in act. All right, come do this movie, whatever. There's just going to, and he has a deal with Netflix, by the way. That's why I bring up Sandler as well, right? So none of his movies go to the theaters anymore. They just give him like $70 million a year, probably more now. To fucking, and then he owes them like 2 movies a year, 1 movie a year. Probably not even that. It's because the shit gets viewed so much, right? I know these were like Hubie Halloween. That's fucking stupid. It gets so much views that Netflix just shills him money. That's the way to do it. You know, it's the box office has changed. And then if those movies do good enough and he goes, oh, I'll take it on a box office run, then he does that as well. Right? I've explained this before. But anyways, not to make it all about Netflix, but Jordan Grace, like the opportunities are on a whole other level now. And down the line, she's going to make way more fucking money and have a Legends deal down the line, a Hall of Fame induction, all of that sort of stuff. We already know, like, this woman isn't going to become fucking champ 10 times over, you know? So that's all coming down the pipeline. So yeah, pay cut of upfront guaranteed money. And of what? Did TNA even offer her anything? Or is it what she was making before? But now she has access to the PC full-time, the best doctors in the world, everything like that. So I like Ringside News trying to put their spin on it. You know, it's all about the game and how you play it. But I like it because yes, the millions and millions, even though it's not millions, because I don't think anyone was giving her millions. But would you give up $1 million for a shot at WWE, let's say? I love that question. I'm going to put a poll in the chat on the Clips channel. That's what I'm going to do right now. Would you give up $1 million? Would you give up $1 million? Da-na-na, da-na-na. For a shot in WWE, yes or no? So that's on the Clips channel. Make sure you run the likes up as well to 100 at least, or 150. We have over 300 people watching across both channels, so crushing the game tonight. Let me check in with chat as well. You guys answer that poll in the chat, please, and thank you, on the Clips channel. So if you're on Times, consider jumping over just to check it out. Off the Top Ropes is a new member. My word, let's go. And what a good off the top rope to look out below to the next thing you know. You Ain't Hype gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Times memberships, dude. We get Raw on the screens here on the Negflix, dude. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, consider becoming a member. It's only 99 cents. It supports what I do. Just hit the like though, or the dislike, whatever. That's the free way to support. Consider checking me out on Patreon. And I'm doing like a content dump. If you're unsure about the Patreon, there's like a free thing you can join for like a week or whatever too. Do that and just check it out. See if you like what I got going on there. And then also just subscribe and shit, please. Thank you. And then if you're buying merch from WWE Shop, I have an affiliate link below. Fill the shill. Yeah, if AEW had one, I'd fucking use it tonight too. But yeah, WWE Shop, it costs nothing extra, and then I get hooked up and you support this channel, and then WWE, and it's no extra cost or anything. They're always doing good sales. It's Raw. I'm sure they'll be 30% off or some shit. Just consider it. Or just in the comments tell me to go fuck myself or whatever, and that's cool too. Thank you guys so much. Back to the show here. I'm just getting Raw turned on quickly. Looking through Netflix. It's cool to see all the stuff. Y'all see that Mel Gibson On the Line movie? I shut it off. It was a little too silly for me. I had to shut it off quite quickly. Sorry, back to the show here. I'm still checking in with chat though. So, and thank you, You Ain't Hype. Gifted 5. Yeah, thank you so much. Times for the freebies. Yeah, dude, thank you so much. Again, we'll give you a yeet. I appreciate that so much. Devo says, hello, nah. Chimon, nah. I don't know. I'll just give you a you what and continue along. Thank you, Devo. Good to see you. And yeah, Raw's about to start. And yeah, let's get back into the breaking news. So Shane McMahon was at the Super Bowl. Now, chat, let me know as you're hitting the poll there. What did you guys think of the Super Bowl? Were you happy? Were you pleased? I'm happy the Eagles won, but I wasn't overly invested. I watched zero miedo fucking football. No, I watched zero football this year for real. I've just been so caught up in my own shit and wrestling, and I'm like super getting back into MMA again and like movies and shit. I'm like really trying to watch throwbacks and watch, because I'm starting another channel as well, Phil Marks Out, which I'll start plugging to you guys soon. And I'll show you guys where you can subscribe to that and everything, where it won't be like drops every day. It's going to be way different than the PWT, like podcasting and clips and all that. It's going to be much different. But yeah, the Super Bowl, I don't know. How do you guys feel? It was an ass whooping, right? So here's Undertaker drinking a Jack and Coke, more than likely. Shane McMahon was there. Throughout the rest of the segment, you guys will see other folk pro wrestling names, right? Tony Khan was there. Vince McMahon was there. Mercedes was there. So yeah, we'll go over all of that. WWE has filed to trademark the following names, however. So let's go over some of these names. Osiris Griffin. Okay. Where's my fucking what? Because some of these are ridiculous. Hayes Jameson or James Trill London. What? That's actually a dope name. Harley Riggins. What? Summer Sorrell. What? Jax Preston. What? Mason Holiday. What? Draco Knox. What? Tate Wilder. What? Braxton Cole. What? Chantel Monroe. What? Aria Bennett. What? So do you think this is like all the NIL talent? Sorry to annoy everyone. You guys think that's like all the NIL talent names? You think they just have everyone pick a name and trademark it right away these days? So they just have something locked down and then we forget about this and then someone shows up? Or do you think these are all people being primed up to show up on TV? Like right away? Why would these get trademarked just out of nowhere? And does it typically work this way? I typically don't. And I don't know, like, are these an accumulation of names that got fucking all filed to trademark at once, like the other day? Or was this after the last 6 months and people are just noticing all the names now? I don't fucking know. However, I don't typically remember it all happening at once like this, where it's like, here's 10 fucking names we got. You know, so moving along here, this is what friends are for. So just a hilarious roast between The Miz and Nick Nemeth. So The Miz goes, every year the road to WrestleMania starts a whole new fitness regimen. I start at the beginning of January. This year my start weight was 217 pounds, 17.3% body fat. Let's see what we can do for April. Nick Nemeth responds and goes, I'm more of a person that dedicates the entire year to my fitness and being the best I possibly can at my job. But this is cool too. Congrats, man. Now I'm going to be that Mark and go have a match, The Miz versus Nemeth, where Miz does a job at a TNA pay-per-view. Let's fucking go, chat. And we'll give that a yeet. Because Uso's fucking over his shit making his way out here. People are going insane. Speaking of going insane, so Chad Gable could possibly, now again, this is ringside news, could be a lie, but Chad Gable could be heading to AAA amid WWE leave of absence. So he might be going to Mexico, and who knows, maybe he just wants to scratch that off his bucket list. But he could legit, everyone's like, oh, him going to Malakai Black's dojo. Who knows, maybe he goes and has a match against Malakai Black in AAA or some dumb shit, and then who knows? Maybe that's over fantasy Mark booking it, right? All X-Files it, but Michael Cole just said, when I was younger, I could yeet all night long. Oh, shit. So Chad Gable at AAA, that could be amazing. Meltzer, of course, and CMLL and Tony Khan, the best at retaining casuals, are partnered up. So, Gable going there and wrestling some luchas, that could be awesome. Also, they're eyeballing up like Dr. Wagner and stuff like that. So maybe a way to bring Dr. Wagner is you have him. I think he was just in Noah. Maybe you have him wrestle in AAA against Gable, and then you bring them both over, something like that. However, Gable's got to get some wins, and he's got to come back, and American Made has got to be, or this whole thing's made up, but if this is the case, this would be amazing, right? But American Made's really got to get their shit together. He's like, I want to see the Creeds winning titles and Ivy Nile winning titles. Okay, well, good luck. You guys look like jobbers so far. Unlike Jay, but hey, I didn't believe in the shit. Look at Jey Uso from the tippy top of the rafters of the roof of the building all the way to the ground and the staff working in the building. Everyone's fucking yeeting. So I'm not saying Gable and them can't get it together, but this has got to be the start of that. They got to stop losing matches. Nikki Bella is getting ready for her full-time return in ring. Here's a little clip of her doing her thing. And I'm a poet and did not know it.
Move. Duck. Duck. Double leg. One. Yes, pull her up. Boom. Roll back. Yes, Nicole.
Yes, Nicole. Somebody fucking, who is that she's training with? Can somebody, is that Amazing Red or someone like that? I think that's Amazing Red. No, am I wrong?
Yes, pull her up. Boom. Roll back. Yes, Nicole.
Yeah, I don't know. That's awesome. She's looking good. I know they're just going through the motions, but she's taking it fucking serious, and that itch is back, and that's all you can ask for. You don't want it to be some lazy bullshit comeback, And they chant one more time for the yeet, of course. Undertaker, this is our last part of news here for WWE News, tells a story about Roddy Piper telling him to hold Vince up on 6 feet under. Dude, Piper was even saying, let's hold him up. And La Ring General attacking Jay will listen to Taker while his favorite in the world, Gunther, beats the shit out of Jey Uso, which is so apropos. Just like that, they have so much heat on Gunther.
I remember I was just getting hot. The Undertaker thing was really starting to take off. I tell you exactly where it was at. It was in the hotel, the Marriott Hotel in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
And he was letting me know, he's like, you need to make your play right now. He goes, you're the hottest thing. You're the hottest thing in the company right now. You need to hold Vince up for money. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, I'm still in debt from getting in this business.
I'm just happy I got a paycheck coming in at this point.
Yeah. And he goes, no, I'm telling you right now. He says, right now, you get anything you want. He said, you're the hottest thing in the company. And I'm like, and I forgot to leave one important part out, that there was probably some white substance involved in his.
He just says he's doing cocaine. And yeah, Gunther snapped, laying the chops in. Great beatdown angle. Tremendous heat on Gunther. Just like that. When people are like, oh, same shit with Gunther, interrupts the hottest entrance and intro to fucking Netflix ever. And that's how you do it. Vince Russo's like, bro, I don't want to see another Jey Uso entrance, bro. And then boom, Gunther just whoops his ass during the one more time. Because Jay's so over now, not only is his entrance 12 minutes, but then the people go, we want it again one more time. And now his entrance is 2 entrances. Like, fuck around, dude.
Is thinking, and we're stuck on an elevator.
You're stuck
on an elevator.
Just you and
Just
him.
me and him. So I can't, there's nowhere I can go. And it's Roddy Piper. And I'm, again, still a greenhorn. He's telling me. And he's in an uncomfortable space. My space.
He's close.
He's very close. Yeah. Because he's really
So, yeah, I don't know. They were coked up on an elevator, and Roddy Piper was telling Taker to hold Vince hostage. That was WWE News. Round of applause for WWE News and this beatdown angle from Gunther, which I'll leave in the clip, folks, because it was spectacular. And Gunther salivating and hit him with a power bomb, and again, just getting brilliant heat. And everybody's going to want to see this. All the casuals are going to want to see this. Yeah, and we have Pat McAfee going off as well. But you can't beat Jey Uso down. Or you can, but he won't stay down. You know what I'm saying? Whole place is eating. Let's check in here. Cash Monet for 2 Bones says, sound effects are way too loud. Fix it. Okay, well, you can be nice about it, Cash Monet. You can be nice about it. You can say, please. Now I'm leaving them now I'm turning them louder. Okay? I'm just kidding here. I'll turn them down 5. It's actually all the way turned up to 100. So thank you for letting me know that, because typically I have it down to like 85, 90. There you go. Jay versus Gunther, WrestleMania. Thank you, Cash Monet, for helping out the show. Miss October 30 has been a member for 5 months. I love seeing that name. And thank you so much. Monkey Ball says, always sucks getting stopped mid-yeet. Dude, it's the absolute worst. That's when Jay fucking breaks out the blue glasses and the blue shirt and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You guys get my drift? And then he just dives. They should have saved that. Is that the way? I would have let them go off booing and him just decimating Jay, but there's still lots of time. So actually, maybe I'm dumb. Yeah. I'm not going to Vince Russo this bro, right? We got to do this now where they're kind of even. And then we're going to have the like brutal beatdown of Jay eventually. But yeah, I wanted to see that dive moment come. I think it was, you got to let one go off where they're just booing Gunther. Maybe this should have been that one. And then Jay stays away for a couple weeks, or he just like sends in a promo from like, damn, I'll be back next week. And when I am Gunther, I'm coming for that ass or whatever. And then Gunther gets himself into another match. And then you have the pull-apart dive moment where like Jay DQs them or so. I feel like this is getting a little rushed here. No? I feel like he could have sent in a vignette and been like, hey, me and you at Mania. I've decided, you know? They could have milked, because that dive on him and all the security, that feels like that could happen on another Raw to show like, Jay ain't fucking around. He'll get suspended. He'll get fined to get at Gunther type shit. So I don't know. Little Tony Khan-ish. What do you guys think, Chad? Am I wrong? Yeah, George Kittle behind Cole. Yeah. And he was yeeting his ass off, too. So I'm stopping the poll in the chat. 64% of you would go to WWE. And then the rest of you fools. Or no, sorry, it jumped there. Sorry. So refreshing it. 62% of you said you would give up $1 million for a shot in WWE. 37% said no. Yeah, I mean, smart money says you just take the $1 million. Okay, so in the Elimination Chamber, we got who is it? Bliss, Morgan, and Bianca. And we got Rhea Ripley and Kathy Daddy. Kathy Kelly Daddy.
For how everything went down last week with Io Sky and feeling regret as to everything that happened with Liv Morgan.
What's my guy? Here, we're gonna listen to
If
this.
Morgan makes it to WrestleMania, then I will deal with her then. But right now, everyone is.
I'm throwing out a fucking you look like a motherfucking where's my guy?
With you, Kathy, it feels like she's stalling and just wasting everyone's time trying to stay relevant.
Fucking Jacob here. Let me holla at you, buddy. I sent you a link. I don't know. Yeah, no, I didn't before. I just did now. So yeah, jump in here if you'd like to tonight, anytime. I know you might be busy, but so we got Kai and Io going. I'm coming for you. Io is saying more specifically to Rhea. And now Liv's making her way out. Miss October 30 says, I won't be as vocal as tonight or watching much. My 17-year-old sister's not feeling well. Damn. Everyone, prayers and big ups and best energies and wishes for Miss October's sister. As her big sister, I need to keep an eye on her. Love you guys. Yo, we love you too. And here, we'll give you there you go. Okay. Hopefully that fucking enchantment there from Mercedes Monet was a positive one, and we'll give good energies her way. And it's all good. Good to see you here. Thanks for being here. And yeah, tell her we all say get well. Stay hydrated. That's super key. And Michael Driard is a new member. There you go. So round of applause to everybody, member or not. I just love you all. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so Diving Dirty or Driving Dirty? What does her shirt say? It was cut off by her vest there. So we're at commercial break. Chat, do you guys want commercial break or do you guys want hot news while we go through some of this shit? Because they're just standing in the ring. We got 2 minutes until they come back. It's just commentary doing commentary. Yeah, Jake, I sent you a link. I was running behind tonight. I was going to send you one way earlier, but yeah, if you want to jump in tonight, feel free, dude. So Liv is just cutting a promo. 2 minutes left until commercial. I'll just tell you guys what's up with this one because I was babbling through the Jey Uso stuff. So I'll give us a bit of a break. We'll circle back to AEW news and stuff. And we'll get to it all tonight. Don't worry. We're hanging out tonight. I missed you guys. So hot news. Sorry, the Hurricane. Just give it like next commercial. I'll do it unless something really compelling's happening. Even if someone's just cutting an intro promo, they'll throw it on Twitter and I'll just talk over it. So Raquel's cutting a promo in Espanol as well. And Liv is like doing a good job. Yeah, her, and she's cheeked up right now. And then Liv's like, I know you guys are dumb. I'll translate for you. But basically, they're just getting over the fact I'm in the chamber. Raquel's going to beat up Roxanne. So Roxanne Perez on the main roster, I believe, fully, or what? So Raquel versus Roxanne. Or was that the name they said? I might have misheard because I'm talking over her talking. So next week, Raquel's going to try and qualify as well. Then they'll have an advantage. Yeah, Liv Thirstcast, man. Jesus Christ. And you get what people mean with Liv too. Like some people have said it. Multiple people have said it where they're like, dude, like Jerry the King Lawler said it. I know he loves every woman, but like in a real interview, he's like, yeah, Liv Morgan, when you see her in person, she's like the prettiest girl you've ever seen in your life. And yeah, she is, dude. It's insane, man. Like even without makeup, you're like, what the fuck? I don't know why I thought it. She's just looking good right now. Thirstcast, and I'm glad to see our girl Dakota Kai back. Hopefully not concussed. And then look at Dakota Kai slapped a dude's hand in the front row, a fully grown man, and then he's like shaking his hand, like, why'd she slap me so hard? Did y'all see that? Julia says, okay, bunch of strangers. I need to check out. Had a rough day. I'll listen for sound. Yeah, Julia, don't even worry about it. If you had a rough day, just chill. And I can't remember. I said an obscure one. Here's one, Julia. And if chat, tell me what this is from. What movie this is from? Be Gone. Get me that one. But I'm gonna make you search for it. If you can figure out where that's from. Now, Be Gone. I've alluded to it a bunch on this show. Everyone's got to know it, but so yeah, there's more like vignettes and shit. Maybe I should have did hot news because they're playing like Viking Raider vignettes and shit. Or War Raiders, whatever. And then American Made. This is awesome. This is so sports based, man. I love this. This is awesome, dude. I love these packages. This War Raiders commercial is heat. Yeah, and American Made. It's both of them. This is so sports-based. This is a UFC promo package tonight on ESPN. You know, fucking number 7 ranked welterweight goes to war with a man who's dominated at the top, who's, you know, been at the top of the ranks for years. Da-da-da-da-da. Under the tutelage of Coach Danaher. His striking has da-da-da. Like, there's all, I just felt like that. Very much like this Wednesday. Very footballish. Like this team on a 3-game win streak is blah, blah, blah. Love that shit, man. Sports-based wrestling's back. Restore the feeling. Be gone. Right here. Peter Tavares. Be gone. Jimmy the King. Jimmy King is the best wrestler. He's the bestler. Better than all the wrestler. He's got class. He's really fast. He'll rule ass. He'll rule that ass. Jimmy King. You guys ever seen that shit? I'm going to watch it on Patreon with you fools. I'll bring a couple people in on that too. You know, my wife, maybe a couple other people, maybe Jake and his wife or something. It'll be like double date night. We'll watch fucking Ready to Rumble on Patreon or something. That movie's so good. And yeah, Be Gone from Jimmy King. Gotta get me that one for the soundboard. That'll be when someone gets banned or kicked out of here. Be gone. Or when someone leaves the show. Yeah, this is the sports. You broke my Butterfinger, baby. Butterfinger. Butterfinger. Oh, shit. Daddy just made you his shit house bitch. I fucking love it, man. That video package was badass. This is what AEW should have done from the beginning. Exactly. That's the bill of goods they sold us. Oh, man. A big shoulder tackle. And who knows? Maybe they were capping about Dakota Kai's concussion thing, but the drop kick looked pretty legit. That, like, if you watch the replay, her head jarred back and all that. Maybe she just needed a couple weeks off or something. The 2K ratings, are they good or no? Are they off? I always buy the thing, the what is it called? They call it something. The player pass or whatever the fuck it's called. I forget what it is. But it allows you the player accelerator or whatever, and you're allowed to edit all the ratings. I fucking buy that every year. Even if I don't end up playing the career mode, because you get all the bonus VC and all that shit. I don't even care if I get that. I just want to be able to edit all the fucking stat. Or maybe you can just do that naturally. I don't remember. But I just, every year, whenever I buy the game, I've skipped a couple years here and there, but I just buy all the main shit so that because I don't want to have like Scott Steiner comes out and then I can't use them or whatever the fuck, you know? And I hate that the DLE packages, like some of them come out like 4 months before the other game comes out. And you're just like, dude, just how about let people pay to just get them when they get them, you know? It fucking drives me nuts sometimes. You're like, dude, RVD, who's been in every game, I got to wait fucking till this game is almost outdated for him to come out. But yeah, the 2K ratings, I always kind of fix them. Like, You gotta. I don't know. This match is cooking pretty good so far. Sorry, let me check in with chat here. Been over a month. I really like the black mat. Yeah, I'm fucking with it. It won me over. They change it as well. Whichever UFC fight you'll see once or twice here and there. There's a fucking ad changed if events are close within proximity. I think they're trying to figure out what works the best. So the WWE logo, just straight up with the red stripe, and the Netflix underneath works. On SmackDown, I thought they would just do the all-white logo, but they went WWE with the red stripe in the middle of the blue mat. That's the move. They need to just keep it like this, right? And it's funny because we were always like, oh, the WWE with nothing on the canvas, that's the move. That's they claim that's their thing. And I always said AEW should put their logo in the middle of the canvas. Like I know they did for a while. They should have continued to do that because it made them look different, right? But instead, they removed the logo. They try to look like WWE with the white ropes and the same canvas and all that, and the LED boards around the shit. So what does Triple H do? Okay, fuck that. We're making the background look black on both shows again. So the barricade looks like the old school barricade, but it is an LED thing, but it just mostly looks like black the whole time. And then we're going to put our logo in the middle of the fucking mat, and we're going to try and look a little different. And for the first time ever as well, like Raw is sort of the secondary color. Pardon me, red is the secondary color of Raw. For the first time ever, like the Raw logo's in white. I know it's been like written out Raw as war in white and shit, different variations, but you know, it's like the red is the trim of the logo now too. So to have the black be the backdrop to that, I like that, you know? And those are my three favorite colors as well. I love red, black, and white. Or as nerds would say, all colors / the absence of color, Phil. But yeah. Nosferatu, I got to see that shit. That mat doesn't work for me, brother. Yeah, I don't know. To each their own, though, George. You don't have to agree with everything I'm putting down. I had to roll with it, too. I was shitting on it at the beginning. You got to roll with things sometimes before you know if you like them or don't. So I'm sure by now you've determined. But that's the thing, though. When they do Saturday night's main event and the ring is just the red, white, and blue ropes and the clear mat, nothing on it, it's like a throwback now. You're like, oh, shit, they're throwing back to, oh, we get the nostalgia. So we still get that, you know? So they're in commercial break. Oh, did the joke work? Oh, you missed the joke. Oh, black mat is racist. The mat doesn't work for me, brother. Sorry, George. I botched. I'm just checking into chat. I'll give myself a dummy. Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Okay. So the match is going on. I can call the action or I can do news. All right. What do you guys want? We got to talk about the AEW shit. So we got to do it at some point. Because that's the title of the whole fucking show. So whether we save Meltzer stuff and Sicko stuff for later, like Wednesday, we can do that. But we got to get to the AEW stuff at some point. So chat will let me know. Basically, she's getting worked over in the ring. News. Yeah, let's go over to news. So everybody, let's head over to AEW news. I will pull it up off to the side. And as this match goes on, I will continue and just trudge through the fucking news. Okay. In WWE news, though, quickly, Penta wrestled on WWE main event. They still haven't. So in Nashville, Kittle joined him with his fucking Penta mask. So I'll put this in WWE news here. I'll just add it to the folder right now and we'll go over it. Sorry, we'll switch over to AEW news later in the program. Okay. We have more WWE news to get to quickly.
Morgan with a couple big kicks. Not suplexed by Liv Morgan. Learned this from her boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, who learned it from the late great Eddie Guerrero.
So as you guys can see here at main event, which I guess they taped before Raw or I don't know when. Here's the problem. Get rid of this fucking show or change the name back to Superstars or call it Heat or Velocity or some shit. Get rid of this. You can't have Saturday night main event and then have your dark match show called WWE Main Event. Fuck that. Triple H, rebrand this now. Call it Superstars again at least or something. God damn it. They need to bring back, with this bloated roster, bring back Heat and Velocity. Heat is the Raw B show. Velocity is the Netflix B show. And then you fucking put it, the SmackDown B show like it used to be. Have it on Netflix exclusive or on YouTube. Or one on YouTube, one on Netflix, whatever you got to do. But here's Penta being joined by George Kittle in the ring after his match on Main Event. Oh, Main Event? It's where you go to die. Watch the sickos be like, oh, Main Event? Grayson Waller versus Penta? Penta already on Main Event? Hell yeah. He never did this in AEW, I don't think. Did he? And look at all the people in the seats for Main Event already. I don't know what part or where they filmed this or what day this is on or if this was tonight. And they changed the set quickly. I have no fucking clue, but they do the old school mats for this Main Event as well. So excellent stuff. Damn, that missile drop kick, crazy, dude. The bullet train attack. I love that name. Sorry, guys, I'm locked in. When EO starts cooking, you get locked in. We'll jump over to AEW news next, I promise, during the next still more people than AEW shows. He avoided Hogan's beer. Yeah, look at that clean crossbody. Look at this drop kick. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try Hogan's beer. Oh, gets the boots up on. I want to see her at WrestleMania. I want to see Io Sky hit the moon stomp. The moonsault stomp. Oh! Damn, that butterfly backbreaker, bro. Kick out. Someone's gum or tooth or veneer or something is knocked out. It's flying around the ring. Maybe it's a bead from Io's outfit or something.
Raquel Rodriguez pulling Morgan out of harm's way. Tag made to Raquel. And now Morgan into the corner with a running knee.
Okay, get out of here with this fucking Morgan Raquel sloppy tag team shit. Oh, shit. And then they both, yeah, Raquel, you're the legal woman. And Io's grab. Oh, what a kick out. And good. Good. The miscommunication added to that false finish. Watch how Raquel didn't know she was legal. Io for real looked like she got her nose rocked. So Raquel didn't realize I'm legal. So she runs over there to make the cover. Then Io kicks out and it just knees up by Io. Let's see if her nose is really rocked. Sean Strickland had a nasty broken nose. Oh, Io sort of rare Io botch where she grabs the middle rope. Makes the tag. Yeah, Io looks like she got rocked on that code breaker there. The flip backbreaker. And then a breakup. Yeah, you can see Io checking her nose. She got rocked, son. It's not bleeding. I don't know if it's broken. They haven't shown close enough to her face. It would be pouring blood already if it was the case. But okay, using Liv as like this battering ram thing, like, come on. That's some shit like Shotzi would do. I guess it's. And now, see, Liv's got color the hard way. And do you guys see this? Liv's got color hard way. And we got fucking Io with a hurt nose, bro. Oblivion, clean. And then break up with a flying knee, dude. Everyone's hurt. Holy shit. This match is fucking chaos. I'm actually not even mad. It's not like sloppy shop. Like, these girls are just giving it their all. I'm just posting about it. This is fucking chaos, man. Justified, this is awesome chance here on Netflix. Time to go home, though. Yeah, exactly. Let's just fucking... Before someone gets hurt. Especially Dakota. Just stay safe. Please don't get hurt. There's a big boot. Code breaker. Okay, we've seen like 7 backstabbers and code breakers. A roll up. No, kicks out a little early. Oh, and then damn, a stiff kick to Io again. Ref's checking her. Liv's always getting color, like almost every match. This is fucking Japanese strong style. Dave should be like, oh, the greatest match ever. The god of everything. Oh, stiff stomp. Looks like a receipt, but who knows? Boom. Tajiri style. Just fucking pin her. That was it. The buzzsaw kick. Here we go. Moonsault. Only as Io can. Oh, yeah. Over the moonsault. Let's fucking go. What a match. What a match. Everyone's standing. They didn't do too much false finishes either. They just teased like roll up, reverse stomp. It wasn't like roll up 2, finish 2, other finish, you know. It was fucking roll up, no, I counter you, no, I counter you, hit my move, hit my finish, you know. And that's what made the false finish before. They maybe had one too many false finishes around the end there where, you know. But that was good shit. You got let it breathe though. Fuck, they're just rushing through. Maybe that went a little long too, because they just let that breathe, bro. We got Liv gushing. We got possibly a broken or not a dislocated nose, not a crack. It would be bleeding if it was some shit like that. But so someone has extreme nerve damage. Speaking of injuries, Sami Zayn. I don't think I have extreme, but I definitely have shit. I don't know. It's just all about managing. Now, obviously, they're working the shoot here. This is what WWE does better than anybody right now in the game, is they're working the shoot injuries. The shoot, work, shoot injuries, right? And KO's still selling from the ladder match, too. Like, that's the key thing we all got to remember. 2 days later. The package pile driver is like the most lethal move. And he shouldn't be hitting stone cold stunners, dude. He should be pop-up power bombing people and package pile driving them. That's what the fuck KO is known for. That's what he should be doing. Hell yeah, this package is great, dude. And I wonder if KO did a blade job there. I wonder if that was hard ways. His nose is definitely cut on the bridge of his nose.
With you rushing to the aid of Roman Reigns because someone's beating him up. But for me, you did nothing.
Oh my god, yeah, recapping all of the Sammy KO shit. Dude, Sammy and KO, they're going to go for like, I called it. They're going to do their Ring of Honor swan song. This is going to be a callback to Generico versus Steen on the indies where they're going to do crazy ladder bumps and they're going to, right? This is their Triple H versus Shawn Michaels feud. Listen, dude, and I hate to hate on Lyra, but no pop, first ever women's IC champ in the history books. Like, I don't know about all that, bro. That's kind of crazy. to me. I don't know.
Who will head to the Rogers Arena in Toronto, Canada, the Rogers Center, I should say, 2 weeks from Saturday, as part of the Elimination Chamber match, Bayley versus Lyra. It's live on Netflix.
Charlotte is a SmackDown star, Ken. No, she's on everything right now. She's just floating around, I believe. Okay, so they're headed to commercial break. Let's get into some AEW hot news. We got to get into hot news. So they're talking to the New Day. Fuck, do you guys want to hear what the New Day has to say? It's Jackie Redmond. They're in the crowd. They're cutting a heel promo. It's about to have nuclear heat. Let's do it, guys. AEW can wait, okay? I don't give a fuck if we got to wait till way later. We're doing it.
First things first.
So they're saying first things first. They're in the crowd as well. First things first. It's time to break round in the 8th round. Rockstar in the Why New Day always in commercial? Because it works, bro. And they're just getting booed out the building. The boo day. And they're in the crowd with Jackie, but they take the mic from Jackie. And they just can't even talk. It's the new Dominic. Like, no one even wants to let them speak, dude. Making Jackie leave, yeah. SmackDown is streaming globally on Netflix, excludes select markets, is what it's saying during this thing. And they do this very sports-based, old-school throwback thing where they interview people during commercials, like in the crowd. So they did it a couple times on the show. And people are like, oh, in the crowd. That's how it is every commercial almost. With Ludwig and shit and New Day. And it's just Kofi saying, thank God you have us to show you guys, like, what's up. You guys don't know what winners. They're just taking pot shots. Boo day and boo day, right? Boo day gonna boo day. Jay Uso and LA Knight have a Slim Jit ad now. Yeah. Jay's so over. And they said Kofi couldn't be a heel. Exactly, bro. With that asshole beard. What are you talking about? He was fucking ready for it, dude. Now Bayley's coming out. Look at that beard and tell me Kofi can't be exactly with that beard, bro. It is like, I don't know what people are talking about, Cash Monet, when they be saying that shit. Bayley comes out, interrupts them apropos. And so, this little girl right now during commercial, man, they're showing a little girl in the front row. Bayley's just taking 4 minutes to talk to her, and she has her head shaved like Bayley. And so Bayley stopped to be like, oh, look at the camera and da-da-da. That's what it's all about. Okay, so guys, these shows here as well. LFG. So WWE's greatest moments and rivals. So they're not bringing back Legends biographies, which kind of sucks, but they did everyone who's compelling. Like, who the fuck else are they going to do? So they're doing greatest moments, which could be fun, but I mean, that's one I'll probably pass up on. What's the other show they're doing? Rivals or whatever, because that's an amazing one, and you could do those forever. And then they're doing LFG. So that's basically Tough Enough, which me and Jake are watching on Patreon. So I don't know if I'm going to watch those on fucking Patreon with you guys, or what I'm going to do. Maybe that's the move, or if I just do reviews of them on this show. Maybe both. But Gunther's fucking roasting these recruits. And some of these guys are from so that girl there and one of the other dudes standing in line, they are from the Roku WWE Next Gen show. I believe it's on Tubi or Roku. Go and watch that, guys. It's for free. If you can get it, watch that show quickly, and you'll find out a lot about these people that are in this LFG show, a good handful of them, the ones that they decided to keep around because they fired some of them, you know, like Lexis King's girlfriend, Carolina Cruz, who's doing AEW spots now and shit like that. And we are back to Raw. Also, yeah, and competing with AEW will be Bayley at the 2025 All-Star Game. We have Roxanne Perez not getting a big pop because, I don't know, they just didn't do much to hype her up. She just had a good showing at the Rumble, but that's not always enough. You got to run more vignettes for her and shit like that. So Bayley's over there with Kittle. Good. That's the way you get some shine on her or some heat on her a bit. And she's coming in as a heel. And she's in the NXT Women's Championship match, but I think she'll just be main roster fully sooner rather than later. I think that's definitely what's about to happen. Might as well start calling some of these girls up. And then Kittle again.
For the San Francisco 49ers plus Nashville, massive WWE fan. They love it.
So he waited so he was a huge Penta fan, but he waited until motherfucker was in WWE before he started putting him over and being like, yeah, I'll appear on TV and ESPN talking about him. Miss October 30 says Mercedes could have been in Bayley's spot, but she isn't. Bruh. Some people might be like, well, she's in a better spot. She has fucking 15 belts.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
But you're right, man. Mercedes could have been carrying this whole fucking, it could have been like Mercedes and Naomi versus Jade and Bianca and shit like that, carrying the whole tag division. But instead it's, so Lyra's shit's starting to get over more and more, the more exposure she gets. I guess the title does elevate her naturally. And I think they're just looking at her as like, okay, she's not as popular as Chelsea Green. So for this mid-card title for the women, she can just like be the workhorse champ and we can show everyone how good she wrestles and she'll get over that way. And maybe it's like an in hindsight thing. I just consider her like the Kenny Omega of women's wrestling. You just know she's going to have a good match, but like, I want to see more, you know, it's just not all there. Thank you, Miss October 30. I'll give
Sometimes
you another
in life,
be
you
a
gotta
hoe.
be a
How
hoe.
about that? Yeah, I'm not overly fond of Lyra either, Chad, but yes, she's good in ring, as some of you are saying. I agree. That's always been my thing with her. Like, gonna get shoved down our throats because I get it, but it just seems like a like, what's her thing? It's sort of like the Seth Rollins thing. Like, okay, you have feathers and people go, woo, and you're like a good wrestler. It's sort of like Seth for a while. It was like, okay, so you were in the Shield, and even that gimmick's like, okay, they're like a firing squad, a hit squad or whatever. But then after that, he's like, I'm the architect. I'm all this shit. It's kind of like, well, what are you? You just kind of are teamed with Triple H and you have cool gear and you wrestle good. What is it beyond that? And it took the pandemic era to come for a lot of these guys to figure out their characters. Lyra, it's just like, I'm a good wrestler and I have wings and I have good long matches. It's like, okay, Kenny. You know? Not to shit on her. Miro's finally free. Yeah, AEW make releases. Yes, Jason Barry Howden. We're going to get into that. I promise. At the next commercial break, we will get into that, okay? I promise. Fuck whatever they're doing. We'll go into AEW news. I swears it. Okay? I love how WWE presents their top people as stars now. They show them in the crowd like other celebrities and shit. Well, exactly. Well, let's get to it as this match goes on. Everyone in chat's talking shit. They're hating on me. Okay, it is time, everybody, for AEW news. Can I get an Ichi-ni-san? Wait, one more time, guys. We botched it. Ni-san.
This is great.
So over in AEW land, okay, Bandito in-ring TV set for Collision, his TV return. He's healthy now. He might have tweaked his knee and hurt himself, although this last Collision and Dynamite were actually very good
best
shows.
guys, Tony Khan.
They actually really were. If they continue with shows like that, hopefully things turn around. The crowds were hot too for the product, if you want to call it that. And Bandito, hopefully he stays healthy. So Mercedes Moné comes to the ring, and this happened on Collision, where this guy's got to sign Moné is overpaid and overrated. Oh my God. While a picture of her smiling with her millions of dollars and her 4 fucking belts. And this guy has that sign there. This shit is
Sometimes
hilarious.
in life, you gotta be a hoe.
You can't make shit like that up, dude. So, Ricochet. Let's look at this. He takes a bite out of Bun B. So Bun B did the remix of Swerve's, top rope, catch a vibe. He was on the remix, and he has a burger chain or a burger place, one of them. I don't know. It's called Trill Burgers. And he's also just a legendary rapper, Bun B. And, yeah. Ricochet takes a bite out of a Trill Burger and spits it out.
I mean, it looks all right.
Which is straight blasphemy. And then he starts giggling.
That's what honestly, this is kind of trash. I've had so much better than this.
Damn, I don't know. Ricochet's new shit is good, dude. I think Bun B's going to come out with Swerve, though, at one of these coming up. But again, celebrity integration. I mean, it would be cool if they brawled. Imagine if they set up a fake. Like, you know how they do pop-up restaurants, and Kevin Smith will do, like, pop-up movie shops? Like movie burgers from fucking the Jay and Silent Bob movies and shit. Imagine if they did a pop-up sort of like this, but it's like Trill Burgers, catering to AEW. That's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. It's a smart idea. But imagine they do a pop-up Trill Burger thing, and then they do like Swerve brawls out Ricochet. And like, do they, not to copy the grocery store thing, but almost their own, like the way Britt Baker and Big Swole tried to brawl through a dentist's office, which isn't interesting unless you're gonna like spray that foam or get someone high on laughing gas or like cut them with, you know what I mean, fucking scalpels and shit. Like, what is there at a dentist that is interesting? Oh, we're brawling on a table, then we're brawling on this chair, so a Trill Burger. There's burgers flying around. There's fucking people getting squirted with condiments. Pause. No Diddy's house, right? Things of that nature. That could be funny. That could be a segment that lives in infamy, if you will. And yeah, I like this. I like what Ricochet and Swerve are starting to do, man. I'm not going to lie. Like I put it over before. At least Ricochet's trying. Like, he's showing more character than he did before. It's kind of cringe, but that's kind of the point. That kind of gets some heat, So hopefully we don't get Don Stevens. Look, Tony Khan, I'm putting the shit over. You can't do the same move twice like that. Pat McAfee with shots at AEW. Yeah, you're right. So Tony Schiavone calls Lance Archer Lance Storm, which is just hilarious. Like, he's just phoning it in. Phoning Schiavone at this point. Like, just phoning the shit in. But yeah, he calls him Lance Storm.
Oh, that's Lance Storm. Lance Archer, I think you'll find. Lance Archer, slamming your head into the wall. Oh, my God, Lance Archer.
And then he starts calling him Lance Archer. Dude's back in his WCW days, just phoning it in. Oh, that's Lance Storm. I mean, I'm texting Lance Storm about how fucking, I want to say how bad the show is, but it's been decent. And I'm not sure if that's a throwback or not, but here's Chris Jericho. Hey, yeah, I look and see. Should I play it? No, we got to 100 so fast, I can't do it to you guys. But Chris Jericho on getting Please Retire chance on Giga Chad Van Vliet, who's been having just amazing fucking interviews as of late, as always, right? But Jericho talks about getting Please Retire chance.
If you're out there and you're making the best of whatever situation it is, and you're getting met with chants of "Please retire"? How does it make you feel?
You know, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like when they were really at their peak. Of course, I'm always thinking, okay, I can make a T-shirt out of that. I can make a whole angle out of this, but it kind of went away. You know, they kind of stopped. And plus, I was really good at being able to shut people down. Like I know, like for give me a city, New York. Please retire. Take the mic and say, I know why you want me to retire because you want me to go play. You want me to go pitch for the New York Yankees so they could possibly win a World Series, but that's not going to happen. Ooh, and then they stop. Like it's something that Seinfeld said years ago. And any great stand-up comedian, I've got the mic. You can't heckle somebody when the guy has the louder voice. Yeah. So yeah, the "Please retire" was a good one. That was fun.
That was a good one. I mean,
again,
do you take it personally?
No, I don't take it personally. No, nobody really knows me that says that stuff. And probably if I saw them on the street, like they'd probably say hi, like whenever I do, a convention or something like that, like when my lines are down the street, and that's not from an egotistical standpoint, but I've been doing this a long time. And a lot of,
I mean, I don't know. It's not even like a "please retire" for Jericho. It's the Jera Hogan effect that's going on that he's in denial of. And okay, so you're just saying, none of my friends tell me that. Well, they're your friends and they're also yes men. And you're making money hand over fist, and you're the type of guy who doesn't tell Tony he's fucking up. You know what I mean? Speaking of Tony Khan, he's here with Adam Devine. Okay, at Front Yard Wrestling's Kadam, Adam Devine. So yeah, I don't know. He's watching the Super Bowl in this box here with the guy from Pitch Perfect. Couple of shorties there. You know what I mean? And he's a funny dude. I was at the Super Bowl. My favorite team was playing. So Danhausen clearly trying to get released as well. He tweets this out, him and Ethan Page reunited in red lighting because evil. So Danhausen, yeah, even though you got me blocked, bud, I'm still a huge fan, and I hope you get to NXT. I think you would be used so well in WWE. And I think they could make his shit work. I get it. It's a little hokey, but he moves merch. He takes it seriously. He got in real good shape there. And again, man, it's like, let him go if you're not going to fucking use him. Tony Khan made some official releases, apparently, according to the dirt sheets today. And I'm going to explain why he did that, okay? Because it's not like, finally, Tony did this. It is a bit of that, but it's like, there's a reason why he did it. And yes, it has to do with because WWE let some people go, which I'll break it all down in a minute. Coming at this with a hot take that I don't think anybody else really got. So Mercedes Monet Vernado tweets out, guess who I ran into at the Super Bowl? And then she makes like the hiding face, crazy face. So I'm assuming Vince McMahon. Yeah. I'm assuming she ran into Shane McMahon and maybe Tony Khan and maybe, people like that. So maybe Triple H. I don't know. I didn't see pictures of him there or anything, but good for her. I'd imagine all the rich people sitting in all the rich people seats would run into each other, Mercedes. So I don't know. I don't know why. I guess whatever. Maybe she's talking about Kendrick or something, but we all know what she's alluding to. So as per No DQ and PW Insiders, where this comes from. So it's not Wrestle Talk. It's not No DQ, but they're all regurgitating PW Insider. So PW Insider, they fucked up on some WWE stuff. When it comes to AEW stuff, all the dirt sheets, even Meltzer, even Sapp, even everyone, all assume they're right.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
And also because
The best guy is Tony Khan.
And he likes to stooge to the sheets. We fucking know that, okay? Whereas WWE does not. So basically, it's announced today out of nowhere, Miro, formerly Rusev in WWE, is reportedly no longer working for AEW. Now, I didn't bookmark every single one I saw of this, and I did have a Malakai one, but maybe the Phantom bookmarks got rid of it. But basically, while I bumblefuck around while I'm watching the end of this match here, because it's like, okay, are we in the finish yet? So basically, I didn't bookmark every fucking announced release here, or every post. Okay, wait. So Bailey rolls up. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. We're gonna have to rewind back on the news. I know I just meltzered out there because this fuck finished. What was that? Crowd flat as piss. Bailey beats the IC champ clean, goes to the chamber, won't win the chamber, like more than likely isn't going to win it, and then gets the rematch at Mania against Lyra for the IC title. That's the motivation, but then we get into like a babyface thing. And then Lyra gets her comeuppance. They go to George Kittle, who's like, fuck yeah, Bailey. So it kind of just buries the champ a bit. This is weird in AEW. I'll give it a chance because I do think it's going to lead to something more. I'm not saying put your champions in the chamber. Like, I don't want to see the IC champ and the tag champ in the chamber. However, don't put your fucking champs in this tournament to get in the chamber, whatever the fuck. Okay, I'm burying WWE today. Do you hear this? And I'm putting over AEW. What the fuck's going on, man?
Fucking Mark!
Where's the sickos coming to tell me that I'm an E-drone? Okay, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Yep.
This is great.
Okay, so AEW, they make these releases, right? So I go on Twitter, and there's 3 big prominent names. Now, again, I'll reiterate this because we did the rewind. Whoop, 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 clipping Phil. So Ricky Starks, Rusev, and Malakai Black. I don't have a Malakai Black bookmark in here. I believe the Phantom of the Bookmark Opera, who's left us alone tonight here largely, removed it. But either way, Malakai as well is a big name, which I can pull it up here if you guys want. But this comes from PW Insider. As I said before, the dirt sheets are being worked by WWE. The best guy's Tony Khan. So he loves leaking to Dave and Sap and PWI. So we're more inclined to believe them when it comes to AEW shit. Now, I'd love for someone like Ref MJ from NJ. Maybe I'll challenge him. Maybe I'll give him a DM or something. I'd love for somebody to fucking break down, maybe go over the last year and go, hey, how accurate have all the sheets been with AEW shit versus WWE shit? That'd be cool. But I'm inclined to believe that it's they're more accurate when it comes to AEW stuff. Now, it is true. It is damn true. Miro, formerly Rusev, on Rusev Day, no longer working for AEW, got his release after requesting it again. I'm not sure that's what they said, but I think he's requested it numerous times. Ricky Starks has reportedly departed AEW and is now 100% free and clear to compete elsewhere. If it's me, he's showing up at fucking Judgment Day, or he's showing up at the Raw after Mania. I would say Malakai for the Raw after Mania. That's sort of a Raw after Mania type thing. Ricky Starks, I think, could run game in NXT for a bit. Like, give him that NXT run just for a little bit and draw some houses, like prove that he can be a guy, him and Paige, and in the mix with Trick and all them. And then he can be in that next round of call-ups, because we got to settle some shit. If he's main roster, then he's got to be involved with Cody and shit for a bit. We got to let's tell some stories first between Punk and Cody and Rock and Roman and da. We got all that to hash out the next year or two. Ricky could run shit in NXT for a minute. So if I'm WWE, I'm just having him debut a snickety snap. Okay. Malakai Black, I'm saving for the Raw after Mania, maybe even Miro Raw after Mania, or advertise Miro, like surprise everyone with Aleister Black, Malakai Black, surprise everyone with Starks in NXT, surprise everyone with Black on Raw on Netflix, and then Miro run promos for him and shit as the guy who's coming back to SmackDown. Like run pro vignettes, like it's Rusev Day or whatever. Call him Miroslav Rusev or whatever. Like, integrate their old names. I don't care if Malakai comes back as Aleister or Malakai. I don't give a fuck. He could be Tommy End for all I give a fuck. I'm glad that Triple H, these guys as well. Starks is a Cody guy. Miro and Black are Triple H guys. They're early NXT guys, and Miro was a Vince guy largely as well. But Malakai Black never got that run he could have. Triple H made him so cool in NXT Black and Gold. He'll do it again. Miro, I mean, come on. He was getting huge pops in AEW, even when his promos and shit were confusing and dumb. Like, my God, my Lord and Savior, you've betrayed me. Now I will kill you. Even when he's doing that shit, people are popping for him. It was during his match that the whole meat thing came about. So I definitely am excited for them to all. These three are all coming back to WWE for sure. Now, the reason Tony Khan, I think, did this is because he's clearing up large amounts of money. He can spend less. It'll be more than, let's say, Indy Hartwell, or let's say Sonya Deville, or let's say Cedric Alexander, who's going to get more than he was getting before. Okay. They're going to get bigger paydays in AEW than they were getting in WWE. All right. But it'll be less money than he's paying Miro and them to sit at home and shit. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, Cedric's going to get more to be part of Hurt Syndicate than he's been getting in WWE. However, that's still going to be less than like Miro's getting or Malakai's getting just to chill, or Ricky's been getting just to chill, right? Maybe Ricky. Okay. So I believe this is Tony going, oh, well, they're not hiring people because they're releasing people. Budget cuts. Even though budget cuts doesn't mean like bring a Ricky Starks in who fucking is going to sell gangbusters and be a prominent figure on the show and shock the IWC. It doesn't mean that, dude. People that they know they can market, right? Budget cuts is people like Sonya Deville, Lopez, like they're on the show. How do you market them in a way that's fucking like, how do you market them? You know what I'm saying? Differently. They tried. They gave some Duke Hudson beyond Chase U. Like, what does he do? So I totally understand the difference in that as well. Like Sonya Deville. Okay. She's been on TV forever. If she's been in factions, she's been solo. If she's going to get over like Rover, she's been the GM, it would have fucking happened. So they can't pay her as much money. That's a budget cut. It's not budget cuts like we're just wiping people out for court to make it look like we're making more profit, pal. They're already making so much money. They don't have to worry about that. That's an old Vince thing that Triple H is less ruthless. He's not going to do that. Okay. Everybody that was named in all of these releases, they're not fucking used on TV enough to quantify anything. Vinci, like there was just nothing for him. I'm so sorry. And apparently he had heat as well. So that makes sense. Stooge tests were done. And that's why some people got released before. So they're not doing these things like unwarranted. It's, they're just, I'm sure, like I laid it out, they're looking at their WrestleMania plans. They're looking at their post WrestleMania plans. And they're like, who doesn't fit into this? Whatever. Some of these fucking guys like Ricky Starks or Malakai, or Rusev, who's proven he's going to move merch and all that shit. He's over even in AEW. A fucking proven guy. Rode a tank against John Cena at fucking WrestleMania. And he's been away, so it's not like there's lots on him. Like, he's coming back sort of fresh. Miro just sort of pops up and beats a guy, then disappears for a long time. So his mystique and his aura is sort of there. You bring him back to WWE, and you're telling me they're not going to market him correctly and put him in the IC title picture and stuff like that. It's going to work. And I think Tony Khan fucked up with this. Okay. Now you guys know I've been like free Phoenix. It's crazy though. Phoenix not released. Phoenix not released. I wonder why, dude.
Fucking Mark!
But the thing is I think Tony's thinking to himself, they're doing budget cuts. They're not even going to hire anyone. And then I'm going to hire up Cedric and them. But it's a fumble because no, they're just going to get Rusev. He's going to blow up huge. They're going to get Malakai back. They're going to get Ricky Starks, who like we've been begging for in NXT. They're going to steal a bunch of AEW fans who were like, dude, I loved House of Black. Dude, I just want Ricky Starks to get pushed. I just want Ricky Starks to get pushed. I just want Ricky Starks to be on TV. They're going to lose those people. They're going to start watching NXT, and then they're going to start beating NXT worse in the ratings. And like I told y'all, NXT is going to get over 1 million at least once this year. Okay? And we're going to get some crazy-ass moments. So I think Tony Khan fucked up
Best
here.
guys, Tony Khan.
Again, this is reactionary. Everything Tony does, this is why this is why you can chalk it up, just psychoanalyzing Tony McCon. You can chalk it up to pettiness. You can chalk it up to, it's not even pettiness, but it's him being reactionary and not creative and not ahead of the curve. Not saying it's creative to release people, but he saw what WWE did. In my mind, I truly believe this. Because why didn't he do this 3 months ago? Why didn't he just go, okay, Ricky, go work GCW, you're released. Go and, hey, Ray, fuck it, I won't freeze your time. Why isn't he doing that? And why isn't Ray released too? Miro, yeah, okay, fuck it, I'll let you go now because I need to get Cedric and I want to bring in, I've had pitches, some of their friends, it's all friends wrestling. So who's friends who just got released? You know, some people are going to show up in AEW. We know that, at least 1 or 2 or 3. So for the cost of 2 or 3, that's 1 Miro. And now Tony is trying to look like, because the reception to these people being released wasn't really outrage. People were like, damn, can't wait to see them cook in other companies and shit. But there was some Fed people outraged. I know a lot of people were like, what the fuck, man? What an L. But that's just those are just the people who have no hot takes. They have no real shit. They just say vanilla ass, just cold ass, basic what everyone has to say shit, which is fine. You know, let other people say it so it goes unsaid. But yeah, I think Tony, this was reactionary, and that's why it seems hack. It's like you're still playing catch up. You should have released all these people and showed everyone, damn, Tony's really doing these cuts, and then WWE do their little cuts, and then it makes free agency more exciting. Maybe Tony and Dave in their mind are thinking like, well, make some cuts because then it'll make free agency.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Because remember, Dave's like, oh, free agency's not exciting now with WWE scooping everyone up and blah, blah, not releasing anyone and da-da-da. So who knows? But ultimately, this is an L for Tony Khan because even though I'm like free Starks and free Phoenix, it's because Tony does petty bullshit to them when he could just release them. It's petty to freeze Phoenix's shit when he did the pandemic era shit for you and you didn't even know his contract was coming up until all of a sudden dirt sheet marks were like, well, Tony, he's going to WWE, he's trademarking stuff. And then you're like, oh, let me freeze him. You weren't even going to use him. You have other luchas on your fucking show. That's bullshit to do. That's petty. So yes, free him. However, I've always defended Tony. He's well within his rights to hang on to all these people. You sign a fucking contract, bro. Yeah, I just think it's an L for Tony for that reason. He should have stuck it through and been petty. You're going to be Tony Petty, be fucking petty. Don't then just bail out because WWE does it. And you're like, oh, I'm going to trade my Ricky Starks, Miro, and Malakai Black for Cedric Alexander and fucking who? Who was released that they're going to bring in? Sonya Deville. Like, who the fuck are they going to bring in out of that bunch? Cedric? Holy shit, man. He let go of 3 money players. And these aren't every one of these guys, Malakai, Rusev, and Ricky, we all said when they went to AEW, these could be game changers. These could be money players for Tony Khan. We all said it and agreed on it. And they came from different places, 2 from WWE, 1 from NWA. And there was a few of those NWA guys where we were all like, man, Ricky, push him, build him up. That's the future of AEW. He could fucking do the damn thing. But Tony McCon is a goddamn dummy. He's an idiot. And yeah, these guys are all free, and I'll see them getting scooped up. I don't think any of them will be on the Mania card, really, though. I could see maybe Ricky being on the NXT Mania, whatever. But Rusev, I would just advertise him as coming back to SmackDown. And then I would just have Malakai shock everyone with like a lights go out type thing at Raw, the Raw after Mania. Ladies and gentlemen, that was AEW news. I hope you all enjoyed that. A lot of dope shit's going down on this Raw while we've been talking about that. And yeah, let's give an Ichi Nissan Da. And there is more news AEW adjacent, but it's Ringside News's meltdown.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
So while I just babbled off the news that you all begged for, we had a Pat McAfee minute that happened within the commercial break, which they're doing every commercial break, or not every, but once a Raw. And basically McAfee saying shit. He sings happy birthday to Cole. He's talking about how fucking there's all these country singers in the crowd, Hardy, all of these celebrities. And watch, Dave Meltzer's not going to be like, oh, there's too many of those people, Cuervo, right? And then AJ Styles comes out, gets a huge pop. It's his old music. Thank God that emo phase was whack. His old music, his like last music sucked. His OG music is the best. He comes back. The whole crowd's hot for him. I love to see him on Raw again. Seems like he's always just stuck on SmackDown for a long time. It's that SmackDown's the house that AJ Styles built. But they're chanting for him. Welcome back. You deserve it. AJ Styles, they're booing the shit out of Dom. And it's Dom and Carlito. And we're about to see AJ Styles versus fucking probably Dom one week, Carlito the next week. I love this shit. And AJ cooked with that promo. So good to have him back. Fucking air horn for me. I need a goddamn drink. Fans boo. Yeah, it's Boo Day and Dom, man. They just get booed to Obliviacree. We need that one, Julia Gulia, to Obliviacree. How about Phil the Legend in chat, man? I just went off for like 30 fucking minutes there as fast as I could to get that hot news in. Come on, man. What do I gotta... Oh, fuck you guys. Cuervo. Shit is hilarious.
Things have changed. I don't see Damon Priest. Where's Damon Priest at? Is he here? No? You lost him? All right, let me ask you guys something. Do you guys see Rhea Ripley anywhere?
So he's calling out Rhea Ripley. We're watch-alonging. Okay, Sickos and Dave, maybe if the show ends early, if everyone makes their time cues, or if fucking... or if... whatever, we'll get into other news, or we can save some shit for Wednesday. But there's some hilarious Dave shit. Like, we got to go in on Dave.
There's a guy in purple skinny jeans. That's you, Cornette. That's you.
I love how skinny jeans are still allowed to be roasted. Phil on fire. You're just saying that, Moose Knuckle. I'm heading out. Miss October, take it easy and tell your sister all of our best wishes. Hope she feels better.
I gotta admit, man, I'm kind of inspired by your work ethic. I know it's hard for me to say this, but you work hard. You're here every night. You're busting. I like that. But just so you know, you will always be Rey Mysterio's punk-ass kid.
Cooking them. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm just watching.
The return of AJ Styles, and it's the biggest Rey Mysterio. Dominic said he's going to kick AJ to the curb for the 619. Dominic.
Hell yeah. A brawl. We'll get Lito versus AJ. People are like, oh, I'd be worried if I'm Carlito. Nah. Why the fuck would you be worried? Like, if I was him, I wouldn't be worried. Lito's not on like some huge Vince style deal or anything. I'm like fairly certain. Ray's punk ass kid, yeah. And look at fucking AJ. He's shredded right now, bro. Holy. So we don't have a shitload of sickos or Dave, but we can get to it. Let's maybe the Ringside News meltdown. Maybe I got to just save it. They're all going to get deleted. Yeah, they're just recapping the J stuff. Here, I'm going to see if it's worth fucking going on here for this ring. I like that they announced it, though. So this is the first official match, like, announced for WrestleMania now. Yeah, this page might not even exist. Hold on. Yeah, the first match announced. Look at those graphics, bro. Hell yeah. See, I'm already pumped. Fuck everyone who's hating, bro. That's all they had to do. Interrupt the yeet entrance. Jackie. Seth Rollins doing the crowd interview thing. Is this on the show? Zest Rollins. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Mania, I might just have to go live, like the whole fucking thing. We should just marathon it. And I should just do everything with you motherfuckers. Like, we got to do the Hall of Fame induction and all that, man. I might just marathon run that thing. And then maybe we'll do like a fucking giveaway or something again. Oh. We should do like WrestleMania. Well, we're almost at 6K subs already. So it's like, damn. I don't want to like say, oh, let's get to 7,000 and then just botch it horribly. A 48-hour subathon. Like, I won't go like I won't go the whole time, you know. Obviously, I'll just have to plan it out. I just have to figure out everything and plan it in advance. Like, my wife's gonna fucking hate me, but
Jackie, I gotta be honest with you.
it'll be worth it, though. It'll be fun.
I feel great because we are live.
And maybe, I know she likes to watch Mania and shit with me. Maybe I'll just make her like sit here and you guys will hear like off mic talking, you know, with me and shit. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'll do like the Legends, pardon me, the Hall of Fame, everything. Stand and Deliver, and then WrestleMania night 1, the night 2. It just all depends. Let me just check in with everything. It depends what like people are doing too. I might get invited to something lit where I'm like, guys, I have to take this one night, you know? So we'll see. And then the Raw after Mania too is going to be crazy. So it's going to be like 4 days of Phil. Let's fucking do it. I'm just playing. No, James, I know you're just right. No, we're talking the ideas out, bruv. You throw out the extreme and then we can gauge what is the spectrum here of what we're going to do. So I appreciate you, bro. Freaking Rollins, Zest, Franklin, Rollins. This motherfucking Cyclops. Seth Summers over here. Okay, Finn Balor approaching Seth. Philomania, yeah, that'll be fucking awesome. Awesome, I just said, because I'm an idiot.
But the only thing people are seeing is the downfall of Seth Rollins. Hey, we all see the cracks. We all saw you lose to CM Punk at the Netflix debut. We all saw you lose your mind at the Royal Rumble. Well, lucky for me, the only thing standing in my way between the Elimination Chamber and winning the world title at WrestleMania is a guy that's falling apart.
Damn. So Finn's saying that Seth's falling apart. They're whatting him, dude, because they don't want to hear that shit. See, this is when the what chant's okay. They're just like, no, you're the heel. You interrupted him. Fuck you, you know? It's not like go away heat type shit. But Finn is in the qualifiers, so I don't know, man. The chamber is going to be so interesting too. Who did Finn piss off? Whose wife did he sleep with? I don't know. I just think they're looking at him. He signed a long contract, and he's older too. So this is his last. Like, you got to he's Bailey now. You got to start losing, start getting bronze up there. Some new guys, some new gals.
I'd like to tie up with Cody Rhodes. The way I see it, it's you standing in my way. But mate, the next week, you're not going to be.
So he just called him mate. Look at this whole fucking building just filled with people. Insane. Every week, man. Hot is hot. Over is over, dude. Yeah, they need to get Balor back to doing like the demon thing eventually. He has to have like one Legends run. So here we go. Logan Paul. And he's wrestling Rey Mysterio, which is a big money matchup, pal. So I believe when they go to commercial, we'll go to the Ringside News Meltdown in a very special sicko segment. Okay, guys, it's time for our sicko segment here, I guess. So Ringside News just started talking a tremendous amount of shit. People are like, oh, is Steve on a drunken tirade again? So Ringside News goes, I'll just read these in order because this is like a Kanye style meltdown. I don't know if they did this for attention or if the dude's drunk. I think he quoted Kanye on some of these. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but it is nuts. So Steve Carrier, I think that's him, right? Steve Carrier, Ringside News. He tweets out, how much a dick, you sick to big boom and little no views on your TV, Tony Khan. So he can't even talk. Every single person that bought a ticket is rooting at my ass to cook this slum ass bitch, Tony Khan. Tags Tony Khan. Okay. Let's talk about that failed pay-per-view turn collision, pussy bitch, to Tony Khan. Here's the thing about retarded people. They don't know they are redacted. Sorry, I'll say redacted. Eminem tags Kip Sabian. So then just a news story. Rey Mysterio explains how his special WWE WrestleMania 39 entrance came together. And then right in between, so he's posted real news in between fucking this stuff. Stop posting photos of you pending over Australia over. We gur it. Tony Khan. So clearly whoever's posting these stories has control of the fucking account as well. And then they have to sit there and humiliatingly watch this guy post this dumb shit. So, dumbass bitch, go collect 5Z like everyone in the locker room 5-2, ho. And then he goes, you're surprised to find about she fucked Janela with a box on after ER the fact at fuckboy. Okay, so just and then some more news. Chad Gable news. Here's some Rey Mysterio news, right? Here's Miro news. And then you're a pussy bitch, Tony Khan. So this meltdown went on for like 3+ hours. Okay. Ricky Starks news. Here's New Day news. And then ringside news again. If you just tell everyone you fuck Christian, we fan all move on. Not a big deal. At Real Britt Baker. So now he's saying the shit that I brought to the show a billion times and tried to tell you. That's the old rumor, right? And now he's just saying, if you just admitted this, because that's why Britt she's not lying when she's like, I've never cheated on anyone. It's because like I think her and Cole's thing was like open. That used to be the rumor. Okay. But anyways, yeah, you bitch at Sean Ross Sapp. And then he quote tweets himself going, shut the fuck up if your news media shit don't have 1 billion hits a year. Then more news. I call it closet, though. That's what if is. You're not going to change mind and you won't live 5 seconds on the street with me. Go off. So now he's a street fight warrior, dude. Ringside news is, I'm the best journalist to ever write about wrestling. This is Steve Carrier for like 7 hours. He's having a meltdown. I'll dop you like your dad pleaded for an abortion. Shut the fuck up. And this is Sam. So he's saying he's trying to give Kanye West's rant realness. So I thought he was quote tweeting Kanye. No, he's just going on his own meltdown. I'm the best journalist to ever write about wrestling. Tweeted it more than once. So who want to hear about the race to fuck Jungle Boy? This is like an 8-hour meltdown. You can cancel a MFer peddling facts. Shut up and sit your hoe ass down as I spit facts, bitch. So this guy, exactly the same dude. It's Steve Carrier melting down. Exactly my reaction when I heard Jamie Hayter was mad over Anna Jay swinging from those small ass branches. So what's going on? What the fuck does that even mean? Like Jamie Hayter's jealous of Jungle Boy or something?
Shut up, bitch!
I don't even know what this guy's talking about. 2 things are going to happen. I'm either going to tell you who deals drugs to AEW talent, or my account will be deleted. Oh my god.
You what?
Holy shit, bro. Snapped, man. Oh my god. Well, we know Tony Khan was smoking Big Swole.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Jesus, man. He just lays it on the line. He goes, 2 things are going to happen. And this is how drunk he is. He says 2 things are going to happen. And then he gives us like 2, like a one or the other is going to happen. So it's so funny. He goes, 2 things are going to happen. I'm either going to tell you who deals drugs to AEW talent, or my account will be deleted. So that's like one or the other, but he's so drunk. He's like 2 things. Yeah, so he tweets the same thing twice. Who want to hear about the okay. So then more news. And then he goes, oh, shut up. He paid a girl for sex. It's common everywhere. She breached her contract. Move on. About the goddamn Janelle Grant thing. Well, we got football players chugging beers on Raw Netflix. Like, Ringside News goes, apparently Matt Riddle's wife or whatever, big time mad over my tweet yesterday. Not sorry. So 9 hours worth of meltdown. Right? This guy crying because our software cut him out of a photo. Grow up, little guy. And he's responding to Kip Sabian, who's like, I was happy to let it go after pointing out you cropped a photo and posted out of context, which the original included myself and my friends. Don't play the victim here. I was pointing out how funny it was that your outlet had cropped a photo to create a fake narrative from a photo I was in. Kip, wrestlers, stop paying. Who cares about these fucking dirt sheet goofs? Why are you guys fucking even paying attention to these guys? which incidentally had nothing to do with whatever your story was. Why would you write this much? Simply clickbait. That's what everything is. That's what all of YouTube is. That's what every news outlet is. Kip. Don't pay these people attention, bro. Don't sell for these idiots. Not expensive. So I'm just skipping ahead. Secondly, as a media outlet, blah, 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 blah. I have zero issues with your media outlet other than if you're going to post a photo to create a narrative, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not siding with Ringside News, but don't even sell for these guys. I'm happy to get my lawyer to take that further and explain that to you if you want to. So now it's defamation. You just said before it was clickbait, bro. So that's not how it works. Also, don't disrespect Lou. Thanks. Whatever. Just going off on this guy. Like, so Ringside News is saying like what he said was true and then some. There are a lot of coward journalists that know of what he said is true and they are just sitting on the sidelines because they don't want to lose their privileges from fake media scrums. Talking about Elbu. Now, some of what Elbu said is true, for sure. Most of it is fake, and most of it is telling stories out of turn. Like, for instance, the main thing everyone points out is when Elbu's trying to be like, oh, MJF got in his car and he was driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. And everyone's like, it's not that long of a drive. It's like an hour and a half if you're, butt fucking it. Or if you're boot fucking it, rather butt fucking. Sorry, no Diddy. If you're boot fucking it, you can get there in like an hour 45 or whatever. It's not like hours and hours and hours, but it's because Elbu's regurgitating a story of him hearing MJF telling him like, when I was driving and it felt like forever. And the whole time I was going, but then Elbu's like, oh, he's driving and driving, right? Like he's just telling the story out of turn. So some of it's just complete and utter bullshit though, right? Which he went out and retracted as well. Like he kept just saying like Britt cheated. Then Britt calls him out. Oh no, she didn't cheat. And she actually apologized to me. That's false. Oh, sorry, she didn't apologize to me. That's for sure just someone talking shit, one way or the other. Like he's talking shit about something, about how fucking over he is with the boys or about what he's claiming the boys are doing. You know what I mean? He's just a lying weasel. It just is that simple. You get that vibe from him. So now maybe if multiple people are saying like, okay, Britt banged another wrestler, allegedly Christian, let's say that part's true. Okay. Maybe where there's smoke, there's fire, but there is rumors out there and you can go back and track it all that her and Adam had like an open thing. Allegedly. Now, I'm not saying that's true either. And I don't want Britt to get fucking mad at me. I know I keep talking every show. I'm like, God, I really don't want these people mad at me because I got to talk about the shit. But that's been out there too. So we don't know how people get down. I always say that in their personal relationships, right? But either way, I'm not going to sit there like these guys and go, everything Elbu said is true. And now he just doesn't want to lose his access. There is that. But I'm telling you right now, he lost access and people are mad at him because people are telling him like, you can do this to rectify shit. And he just went about it the completely wrong way to where some people feel like they were slapped in the face, man, by Elbu from even his apologies, like feel like it made it worse on his ass, So I would just say some of that shit he definitely, I feel, was lying about. But yeah, man, he just had a meltdown and he's defending Vince and he's doing his thing. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was our Ringside News, our Sicko segment brought to you by Ringside News. So we have a tag title match, I believe. I'm not sure what the fuck the Creeds did, American Made did to work their way into a tag title match, or if this is non-title and then the winner gets a shot. I missed that part, chat. Rabid Wolverines LC Killer 17 says Ringside News is on sicko mode. Yeah, hit him with the sicko mode.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
Yeah, they're nuts, dude. They lost their shit. So I have more sickos, but we're not going to do that. We're going to save that for Wednesday. So that worked out well because that was going to just be part of AEW News, but nah, that had to be its own thing. This is for the title. The title's on the line. Thank you, boys, in the chat. Good shit, pal. And I hope that American Made doesn't just capture them right away, but I also hope that they don't lose, because if they lose, they're fucked. They've been getting buried, in my opinion. I know losses don't mean buried, but like there's nothing to make them look too stupid, but they keep fucking losing. And now during commercial break, the Creeds are just yelling, talking out what they're going to do next with the ref, which is kind of cringe. And then Ivy's there, and then Gable's like, I want to see you guys holding titles. What the fuck? So I don't know, man. The War Raiders can't lose right away. They need defenses. American Made can't win them right away unless they bounce them around. But Chad's got to come back and reinvent this group. I would have just had them all go to Mexico with Chad, or whatever the storyline is. Just have them all go. And Chad go, I know what we need. We need to go study the Japan style, the Mexico style. We need to study abroad instead of whatever they're building towards. But that's my fantasy mark booking. Whatever they're building towards, the Black Arts Lucha Dojo or whatever the fuck they're saying, it'll be way better than whatever I'm saying. You know, they're booking so good lately. Jericho invented the Rumble. Don't even start that shit again.
Oh, and again, that may be the turning point right there. Eric got into it, Brutus a little bit. Julian takes it over now.
Yeah, Brock's won 2 Rumbles. Chats, yeah, he won 2. Who's won 3? Only Austin, I think. And then 4 people, or 5 now. It's Michaels, Hogan, Austin, and Cody Rhodes, I think, won back-to-back Rumbles. And Austin won 3, but never 3 in a row. I love that the You Suck thing is with American Made now.
Just now finding out that they're chanting You Suck at her as well. In fact, Brutus down on the apron. He was inspired by Kurt Angle. Brutus went on to be one of the top amateur wrestlers in the past 20 years.
Jericho told Phil to start a YouTube channel, maybe something like Pro Wrestling something. He said, yeah. My favorite is how this one dude, man, he's such an AEW sicko, and he's always just coming under my shit, being so gross, like never talking to me, just talking to other people, talking to shit about me, like under my stuff, right? And I just own him every time. I forget this idiot's name, and he finally blocked me because he was like, calling yourself Pro Wrestle Times is disingenuous and stupid, and it's grammatically incorrect and all this shit. And I was like, what the fuck? It should be Pro Wrestling Times. And I'm like, why? Why should it be that? You know, that's fucking dumb. Like, there's a million pro wrestling everythings. There's like 3 pro wrestle whatevers. And then I pointed out other ones to him that he retweets and shit. You know, like wrestle purists. I was like, well, why aren't they wrestling purists or whatever? And he's like a fan of them, right? He's one of these sickos. And then just boom, he just blocked me. I was like, you dumb fuck. You're going to tell me what's grammatically incorrect, bro. Shut the fuck up, you know? It's a fucking title of a name of a thing, you know? I love how people see, New York Times. So they think Pro Wrestle Times means it's news. I'm not called fucking Pro Wrestle News. I'm not called the Pro Wrestle Gazette and print a fucking the Observer newsletter. I don't print a fucking, like, no, dude. Times doesn't mean news just because a news outlet called themselves the fucking Times, bro. You know what I mean? It's so funny. I love getting at it with these sickos, man. That was the Debate the World guy, I think. Yeah. So the debate, his name's like Global Debate Hub, and he can't debate. He's the fucking world's worst debater ever. You know? Fuck the sheets. Don't give them money. Yeah, fuck them, dude. Jericho. No, you guys can't start it again because, yeah, Jericho crashed the Titanic. That was already said. They're going to start getting fucking repeated again, some of them. So you just got to let it live. It was just like, guys, remember when Awful, when I made that joke about that dude was on the screen and it was a bald black dude with a gray beard, graying kind of beard. And I was like, oh, is that Awful? I was like, I didn't know Awful's on this show. Right. And Awful would laugh at that. He's my friend. He'd burst out laughing at that if it was on the show. Or he'd be like, fuck you, Phil. And then the whole chat started going, Awful's, all these names. Like, I didn't know Awful was in fucking just every movie with a black dude, basically. It was hilarious. So that was awesome. So you got to just let those ones live in infamy, you know? Here we go. The big man firing up. Flying crossbody. Yeah, this match has been decent, but it's really the Vikings like carrying the Creed Bros. So they got to get the W. There's no way the Creed Bros, not carrying, but even when they originally got called up, I was iffy on them. If you guys go back to PWT when they got called up, I was like, there's still a little green, bro. That's some Vince shit bringing them up right now, you know? Oh, yeah. Tiger Bomb. Let's fucking go. Come on. Someone's got to use that as their finish. Not the Osprey, like, shoot, drop them on their neck, but just a fucking underhook power sit-out bomb. Like, Jamie Noble would hit that shit. That was the best fucking move. I was such a Jamie Noble mark. People shit on, like, Nydia and Jamie Noble in that era of the Cruiserweight division. Like, at the end, it got kind of silly, but Noble in that Cruiserweight era was so good. And he'd hit that Tiger Bomb, and his look was cool with the ripped jorts and the fucking socks underneath that went up to all the way up his legs. That was good shit, pal. The angle slam almost gets the fall, inspired by Kurt Angle. Just making a tweet.
You can eat it right. And then how about springboard? Big opportunity now. Ivar is popped up.
I hope James Storm comes to WWE. That's what I fucking hope. Yeah, sorry, I have the wrong graphic up too. I thought we were getting that match next. So yeah, this was some shit not even advertised, I guess. Superplex. They're going to win these fucking belts. Thank God they're not winning them. Oh my God, I was actually legit worried there for a second. This guy's still going off with the Jericho jokes, but it's all Canadian TV shows. Jericho wrote Terrence and Phillip. Jericho is our buddy guy. Headbutt collide. Oh no, it was with a belt. DQ. Okay, that's the right move. Just a DQ. Continue this. Get some heat. Make people want to see the rematch. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm liking this. Speaking of liking this, And I tagged you on X. Make sure you fucking reshare this, bud, when you have a second. Joining us now on the show is everybody's favorite. Alt Jake takes on, ladies and gentlemen. Alt Jake, how you doing, buddy?
I am good, my friend. How are you?
I'm
Just
doing
watching
really
Raw.
good, man. Yeah, Raw's cooking,
Good.
man.
Yeah.
So we were backstage with how'd you like that tag match there?
That was fun. I mean, the War Raiders now, you can just see how much happier they are and how much smoother they are with it. Like they get to be themselves as opposed to having a weird Viking in their name just because Vince liked Vikings.
Yeah, we're backstage with Judgment Day here. Yeah, Liv is banged up, cut on her eye, big fucking red knee mark on the side. I don't know what it was, but she looks swollen, and she's got that laceration there next to her eye, luckily not above, although it's not a shoot fight, but it still makes it hard to see when you're just...
And those swell up so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And
Even
when
if
the
you
blood's
nick
all
them,
in your
like,
eye,
yeah.
it burns, dude, and it like...
Yeah.
It's worse than like getting sweat in your eye even.
Ooh. Yeah, that's gnarly.
That's a good, like a little laceration there.
Hey, man, it keeps the business real, especially with that camera angle. Fuck.
I wonder if she told them to like not stitch it yet.
Yeah, I would have.
I wonder how, but they got it to stop bleeding good. Yeah, they're all profesh there, man. Of course,
Yeah.
they know what the fuck they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good shit, pal. Now back to Damage Control leaving the thing. Jake, post about the show, retweet the show, god damn it, if you haven't. Everybody, thanks, buddy. Everybody in PWT universe, if you're on X or another social media, just throw this shit up there. Might as well.
That's why I just went and talked to Adam Pearce, and in 3 weeks' time, on the Raw after.
So the Raw after Chamber, it's EO versus Rhea.
Okay.
So it's not on the PLE because the Chamber matches are going to be the focal point and take a while. And they have to have two of them on the same card, like the Rumbles. So I bet you that card will have like 4 matches. And then you have the maybe 4 or 5. Like the Chambers don't go as long as the Rumble. They don't have to. They can, though. But then you have fucking the Raw after a big money match with Rhea versus EO, her putting her title on the line before Mania, which obviously Rhea's not going to drop to EO before Mania. Or maybe it's like a triple swerve and she does because there's a bigger, moneyer match for Rhea somehow or something, but I just don't see it. I think Charlotte gets involved in that or something and we get Rhea Charlotte. That's got to be what it is. And CM Punk's making his entrance. Jake, what say you? I know you're the one who threw out Rhea and Charlotte, but...
Yeah, and I've been thinking about that. The only other thing that could work if they want a main event, the women would be Rhea and Bianca, but that doesn't make a lot of sense right now. I mean, they could get there, but I don't know. It just seems like if they want to have a main event, and now with Jay taking for sure Gunther, that just got to lead off Mania, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like kick it off, get everybody off in a really good mood from the beginning. But we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. But this is kind of why I feel like when people were really mad about Jay winning the Rumble, I'm like, do you not get that this sets up the best story for the Elimination Chamber? Who all the 6 guys that make it into there. And then even the women's story will be good too. But that men's match is going to be possibly the best chamber ever and definitely the most star-studded.
That's what I'm saying. Like one of the most stacked. Yeah. The best chamber ever was the first chamber, though. OG, like for real. Yeah. If you look at them all, there's been some good ones, but the best one was the original one because it just drove home how dangerous it is and how the metal was clacking. They got to also just bring back the metal. I know they're trying to keep people healthy, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. Bring back the metal floors and then that's all. Keep the fucking the walls and the glass booths. Like, you know, have the glass gimmicked or whatever. Remember they were like, it's bulletproof. And then people just
I was
it every time.
I was at the second ever Elimination Chamber, where Goldberg kicked in the panel and cut his leg really bad. I was there. It was SummerSlam here in Phoenix.
Yeah, the first ever
2003?
chamber is where I discovered gambling. Pretty much was because I had my allowance, and me and the other siblings had our allowances, and I got my old man to get the pay-per-view, and my old man joined in out of nowhere. He's like, well, I'll bet $2 on each match. He started betting. And so on the last match, I was like, Shawn Michaels is going to win. Right. And I picked first. Everyone picked someone different from the chamber. And I was right. And I remember I had like $24 or some shit. And I was like young, dude. Can't remember what year it was, but I had like, $34 at the end of the night. I was like, no way. And I was fucking pumped. Yeah. And then I went and bought I went to the store and bought like a wrestling fig with it. You know what I mean? Like I think I spent it on or like a Beyblade or something, Look at these look at these girls. Well, I don't want to call them little girls. Maybe they're adult women, but they're maybe a little out of my age range, let's say. And they were just smitten by Punk there. They were like, oh my God, did you see that when he went up and shook their hand?
No, it's still commercial for us for another 10 seconds.
Yeah, these two ladies were just like, whoa, and they're sitting feet away from George Kittle, and they're still like, oh my God. They looked at each other like, he just fucking talked to us. They both went flush.
He's a draw, man. Especially now that he's happy, you can like see it, like it radiates out of him. Like when someone's happy, they're just in a better mood and going to work better. Happy employee is a productive employee.
Shawn Michaels with that soccer mom haircut in the first chamber, and that ugly ass and the brown attire. But
just
that was
gonna say the brown pants.
Yeah, that shit was awesome. And then we had who on the staff has more influence on the tag booking, or is it ultimately Triple H? It's for sure Triple H. It's just an accumulative effort. And here's the thing. Triple H talks to HBK about what they're doing on the main roster and NXT. Like, that's synergy, bro. Because that's what Triple H didn't really have with Vince. He was doing his own thing in NXT. Like, here's what Triple H has the benefit of. Looking at all the shit that was fucked up and then going, here, we just fix all of this and then do all this the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the stuff that worked, we just keep doing that. The stuff that where I noticed tension and where I noticed things were fucking up with the talent and as a talent in hindsight and stuff like that were things that I thought that would have worked and Vince thought would have worked that didn't really work. They just adjusted all that. So now they work the sheets. They make everyone believe in injuries again. Now they fucking for instance, okay, so I'm just looking at all these sick Netflix match graphics. We got Butch versus Penta next week. So these are awesome, these motion graphics. But yeah, just they're doing things completely differently now while keeping the key things the same. And that's why it's so successful in the Paul Levesque era, more specifically than anything else.
And then I like too how
I feel unfortunate to be here.
they really been all set. This LFG show. This show's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm so excited, dude. This is like the new Tough Enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch this and do reviews or if I should like do this on Patreon or if I should maybe do like quick edited, like how other YouTubers do quick things with like pictures or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Clip up or whatever.
Yeah, but I gotta watch this, man. This show premieres Sunday, so.
And like you said earlier, I know that a lot of them are on that Proving Ground show, and then I know like a lot of them have been the ones that were on the Roku show were in like the indies before this, so they kept at it.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are NIL.
Oh, okay.
As well, yeah. Because some of these people come from Next Gen. Next Gen had NIL and some. It was mostly NIL. They mostly weren't like indie. All of them pretty much had no clue about what they were doing, cutting promos and shit.
That makes sense.
CM Punk.
Yeah, this crowd is hot. Wasn't AEW just in Nashville, then got like no reactions with Jeff Jarrett?
I think it's obvious.
Yeah.
Post Royal Rumble, that we are on the road to WrestleMania. Now, if you would have asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have told you.
Punk about to cook. Oh, Jake, you should be a chef at a fancy restaurant. Yeah, I did that years ago. Like long time ago, I did that.
Yeah, I cooked that when I
worked
God
like all
damn you,
these. Nick Chivers, shout out Spurs out of both cups in 1 week.
Eat my ass. We're literally 80% of our team is injured. We got two teenagers at center back. Come on, dude. Give me a little break.
Why would Liv be pregnant, Chad? Who's the fuck said that?
I thought she
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and isn't she single again? She was with Bo Dallas, I know, forever.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
I thought I read that somewhere too, because I the same with Charlotte Andrade. Like, I know that recently broke, but that was news a while back, I thought.
So George is saying, vintage George Capture says, for me, it's starting to be a bit much of WWE programming, but I'm vintage. Yeah, but you're not complaining at Saturday night main event time, motherfucker. So it's okay, bud. George, let me know when the next one of that is too. You're going to have to keep me up on that. Mike Sausley's because I knocked her up. You fucking wish, bud.
You what? You what?
Maybe a little part of me was upset, and I say was because it's past tense. I'm no longer
Punk cooking right now.
John Cena is the legend. John Cena deserves to call his shot. The bad news for John Cena is that bust my ass to qualify.
So he's calling out John Cena. I love this. He's like, I had to bust my ass.
He is so smart with his promos. He makes sure to mention just enough so he can have a program with anyone.
So in breaking WWE news, Paul Ellering shoots on WWE and Triple H. He tweets out, at WWE, I'm tired of the talking heads. Akam and Hazar can, without a doubt, beat any tag team in the business today. Pedigree check, LOD 2.0. Imagine if this is a work and these guys end up getting their jobs back again. That'd be fucking insane. We'll cover that on the next show too, because that deserves more. That
It seems like
more.
names are still kind of coming out.
Finn Balor next week. Now, either of those guys, former world champions, they could qualify. But at the end of the day, it will be my hand raised. I will win the Elimination Chamber. Doesn't matter who else is in it. 5 other men are going down.
So he's just talking shit, selling, 5 other guys are going down. I've never been more confident. I don't care who it is. So
that chamber is going to cook.
I can't wait for it, man.
Like, seriously, anybody could win it and it would work, really. I mean, not Drew, probably, but still, they could make it work.
2 words, Pat, 3 syllables. C-M.
Oh.
Yes, Logan Paul now gonna fucking mix it up.
Yes, please.
Mercedes Moné talking shit to Dave Meltzer. Fuck yeah, dude. I love it.
Oh, God.
She just called him a nerd and told him to shut the fuck up. I can't wait, dude. Maybe we'll we'll cut this. We'll do a Dave Meltzer after all this. Yeah, because this
can't not.
Yeah. I rarely care about being. I rarely care about being the first to cover shit, but when I see shit like that, I'm like, all right, we gotta talk about this.
The man is evergreen, just constantly full of dumb material. This should be fun.
That's how Logan gets that heat, bruv. They're just
And
booing
Joe
him.
Ginger heads
This crowd
up.
is so fucking hot, man.
Yeah. It's infectious when you're live and you see that big crowd and everybody's into it. I lost my voice coming home. I was coming home from SmackDown. It was so much fun. And I mean, I've been to plenty of shows. That was easily the most interactive a crowd's been. But it's the hottest the product's been.
Goddamn, Logan Paul's so good at cutting fucking heel promos, man. It's ridiculous. I had your number at the Rumble. This could be the match at Mania as well,
It
bro.
could. I mean, especially when Punk called out KO for losing to Logan.
You think you're Dominic Mysterio or something.
Oh shit, comparing him to Dom. And this is such good experience points for fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah. That's definitely getting the rub.
Honestly, totally forgot you were even in a match. So yeah, listen, you got my number at the Royal Rumble, but tonight, don't worry about me. The number you pulled is 619.
Getting Ray over. The number you pulled is 619.
Yes, please. Fuck yeah.
Now Ray's coming out. Hell yeah. So that was cooking. Shout out Punk. And then, yeah, here, I'll put this graphic up here. And we're about to get a fucking match. This is going to go really well because these guys have worked together before. Nick Cheevers now. Now it's Cheevers, not Chivers. Not Chivers. It's Cheevers now. Monet versus Meltzer in an match. Tony Khan.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. They're probably going to do that. We're going to go over to that. We're going to play some flutes once Raw's done. I guess this is the main event. And no? How long into the show are we? Yeah. No?
I think this is the main event, yeah.
Yeah, it has to. 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's Triple H's call there, the 2.5 hour. It's what they've typically been doing.
Oh, yeah, we just went to commercial. Yeah, he's really right, though, about the 2.5 hours. It does work. Sometimes SmackDown feels a little long once it hits that towards the last little bit.
That 3 hour mark, yeah. Especially
Yeah.
with the fucking commercials and shit.
Mm-hmm. But it's a good wiggle room in case they need more or if something does go long or, God forbid, somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, so for that Mega Mania stream, dude, if I do that, George Chat came at me with a good idea for like a giveaway potentially. So I'm gonna break down the fucking things with him, and I might do that. Might as well. It is the season. It's also my 2-year anniversary come Mania. So yeah, once Mania's over, that's when I'm officially like two years old as well, PWT. So the lady that was fawning over Punk wouldn't give Logan Paul the sign because she knew he'd rip it or whatever. I think. So.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely do that.
Still on the mic. There's a minute and a half until fucking the show comes back. PWT WrestleMania Marathon. Yeah, I should do that, man. I should do that.
It could be a long ass weekend.
Just go hard as fuck because I gotta watch it all anyways, chat. So I might as well come hang out with you, motherfucker. Get randos to come through, slide throughout everything.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 shows are going to be good. And SmackDown and the Hall of Fame.
No, I said I was sorry. My wife's like, "What about me?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're just gonna come. You're gonna be on the air with me. Basically, is what's gonna happen. I think WrestleMania. Maybe I don't know. I might have to bail one night, guys. Let me look at my life first, and then we'll figure it out. But yeah, I do want to hang out with you, motherfuckers. Let's get a corny cameo cutting a promo on the winner. Yeah, I definitely want a corny cameo burying PWT, which he doesn't like necessarily do that. If you hit up his cameo and go, hey, can you do this for like, because if it's for like reusable shit, that's like a different rate. Like imagine, hey, you're like now going to be, yeah, you know, so that's not something he does, but it's something that fucking next time he's doing cameos, I'm going to try and finagle. He does them like once a year because he makes so much money off of just one big batch of orders, and it takes so much time, and it's way better. It's more like exclusive that way. Once a year, Corny does cameos, you know, or like he fields them. Like I think you can maybe get them throughout, and then just once a year he like does them all in bulk or whatever, something like that. I know that they're hard to get, but
it's back.
If you don't drink Hogan's beer, you hate America. the Hogan's beer jokes are fucking great too. I definitely want to try that. I'm going to try some Steve Weisers. I'm going to get my hands on the shit. I want to try all the wrestler alcohols. So I want to try Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly. And I'm going to drink it neatly as well. I want to try fucking Terramana, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. I've had the Steve Austin ones. I still have the 4-pack for you of those. I gotta find the other ones. I think the Hogan beer is finally making it to like the shops in Arizona. For the longest time it wasn't.
Austin's IPA, yeah, I want to try that. See, I'm an IPA guy, like hazy IPAs. I'll drink any beer, really, but I like fucking craft stuff, and I like local stuff and things like that. So if 2.5 hours is the sweet spot, would SmackDown ever be allowed to use a 2.5 hour format? Not on normal TV, because they just fill that half an hour you're talking about. Plus is all commercials. So no. Once they go to Netflix, and they're starting to advertise that it's everywhere globally on Netflix except for some select markets. So which these are ads I wasn't seeing before. So they want more people to start watching SmackDown on Netflix globally, and I think they'll haggle that eventually. And then
it'll at least be up for it.
Maybe NXT goes from CW to USA when SmackDown goes to fucking NXT and Netflix eventually, or something like that. Who knows? But I think they'll keep one thing on TV. Is the smart move, just to like have WWE still. You don't want to just completely remove its fingerprint off of like regular television. So, but I think one day, yes, SmackDown will be on Netflix as well, and they'll have the 2.5 hour format, or maybe just go back down to 2, or who knows. I think there will be a time too where we get a Raw that goes like 3 hours and 10, and we're like, holy shit, you know, what a crazy
Raw
Raw,
after
man.
Mania.
Yeah,
like if they get the Raw after Mania cooking right, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with those other markets, it's like Japan and India and Germany, but by WrestleMania, they'll all be moved over to Netflix. Say they had TV deals and stuff with them, from what I've heard at least. Which are pretty big markets for wrestling. So
Daniel Krager, if Vince had a brand of alcohol, would it be mudslide flavored? Yeah, it would come in those plastic bottles that fucking girls in their early 20s drink, you know, during the summertime. Those creamy fucking brown drinks. Oh my God, you sick son of a bitch. Why would you bring that up?
What?
That's disgusting. Oh. It's awesome, dude. Logan Paul main eventing a Raw. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. and like solidifying him as a heel. They put him against Ray. It's perfect, and he's gonna win the match, obviously, because he's got to be in the chamber. So just gets him over even more. So
and then the slogan for McMahon's mudslides would be, "Yeah, that's good shit, pal."
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the fucking slogan for it.
And like in the visual of
Sydney
the written
Sweeney, they get Sydney Sweeney to fucking pour it all over herself and wrestle with fucking Zendaya in a in a tub, just like the Attitude Era. Bring a little, get the F out of my text messages. McMahon's mudslides. It's great shit, pal. Netflix make my grandma watch wrestling. Okay, there you go, dude. Like the Price is Right.
As long as you have to explain to your grandma what channel Netflix is on. What channel is it on? Oh, Jesus, grandma. God, Logan's such a good heel.
Big dive.
Such a shithead.
Again, it's all about qualifying for
Dun, 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 dun.
an opportunity to face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so now it's official too. It's official. The fucking chamber match is determining who's going to face Cody Rhodes. Any of the winners would be great. I don't know, man. Cena could be that fucking dude, and then you have Cody beat Cena.
Yeah. I mean, I really think your only options are either Cena or Roman gets his way into it and he wins it, and then it's Punk cashes in and you get Cena, or you get Cody's Punk and Roman. But what's Seth do at that point then?
Oh man.
Oof.
Is Logan okay, or did he really rock himself? Hold on, they're showing the replay. Oh my God, show it. No, it blacked out before the landing.
They cut it out.
Here, I'll tell you guys.
I didn't
We're at commercial here, and Logan's still selling. He was selling that pretty crazy. It looked kind of violent, like he didn't get the full rotation. He didn't cover him right away either. And then he grabs the rope, which seems like that would be a go-to-commercial spot as opposed to what was the go, or maybe not. Maybe they just said slow down. Either way, Logan's selling so well that we're questioning it one way or the other. And Vengeance Day is streaming Saturday on Netflix, dude, for me. So I can't wait to do that one. And then I'll have to probably hop the pirate ship or whatever for that Australia show. And if it's on tape delay, chat, I don't even know. Do I just start watching it early, or do I wait till it fucking airs and then we stay up all night or whatever? God damn it. We're having a lot of fucking long ones here at PWT.
Yeah, well, the problem I think too with the Australia one is that, at least for here in the States, it's not going to air until after the All-Star game stuff. It's not the actual game, it's like the All-Star festivities or whatever. Like the 3-point contest and the dunk contest and all that stuff, which can take forever.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait. I might just hop on stream and watch that shit with you guys too. No, I might be crazy, but I'm thinking Cena wins. He's not retiring at Mania, but in December. Well, exactly. Here's the thing, though. I just don't know if he wins at Mania, bro. It's just not.
Yeah.
I just think he could win it at SummerSlam. He could win the Money in the Bank. He could win.
I think he at least has to be in it.
He could win at any event, or he could also lose and then go get the world title off whoever wins it, Jay or Gunther. Maybe he goes and has a match with Jay and win. Like, we don't know. There's so much time there where Mania seems, but if you were going to do it, okay, and then maybe Cody gets it off him later in a rematch when he does this big heel turn eventually, who fucking knows? But, and maybe it's too soon to turn Cody heel. And by the way, shout out the guy in the crowd with the giant Joe Hendry head fucking
I see that
sign. And speaking of Ultimate Warrior in the chat earlier, fucking Logan Paul gorilla pressed Rey Mysterio, dropped him, did the Ultimate Warrior taunt, ran, hit the ropes, did a big splash, and tried to get the win. So shout out fucking Logan studying tape. He studies the business like Dave Meltzer.
He's learning.
Moose got pulled. He made a you know, he made a fucking it wasn't even the worst joke, but it's just a sensitive fucking thing, especially right now. Jake has a good sense of humor. He knows Moose is kidding when he makes a Jew joke. It wasn't even that it wasn't even that crazy. The thing is that it's just so sensitive right now, and like it's uncomfortable right now, man. You got Kanye West putting up links to his website, and all that's on there is just a white shirt with a swastika. And you have like, and I should maybe be censoring some of the shit I'm saying right now for YouTube. It's sensy, bro. And so it's just like, no, it's just not worth it right now. We get it wasn't even a bad joke. We know Moose Knuckles' intention. We're all friends.
Me
but
and
it's
Moose
just
and I are
like,
great friends.
Yeah, just delete that one. Yeah, just for YouTube's sake. George knows what's up. It's just right now, it's like, bro, there's too much. You guys saw that shit going down in America. There's literal, like, you guys got literal Nazis like running around with flags.
And we got planes falling up from the sky.
Fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, I would just it's just like,
crazy.
Don't touch that one right now.
There was a plane crash in my state today. So
yeah,
like,
there you go.
Geez, it was,
and dude, how many of those in the States? Bro, how many of those lately?
Too many. If any is too many, first off. If it's more than one.
I wouldn't fly right now. Like I just wouldn't do that
right?
shit. Honestly, God.
I used to have to fly for my job, like until like when the pandemic had changed, and then they made it more regional recruiting. But yeah, I used to have to go to a different college every 3 to 6 weeks. I would not be wanting that right now. Fuck.
Damn, that
shit.
barrel roll, that like belly slide roll that Ray does outside of the ring, where he either belly flops on his opponent or he just like barrel rolls out of it to the ground. It's crazy. He's this age and he takes that bump like that, man. Like still, bro, where he like penguin belly slides out the ring, and he can do it multiple ways. He either penguin slides and belly splashes to an opponent, or when he does it a reversal, he penguin slides and then he barrel rolls out of it. It's just crazy he can do that still at his age, man.
He's a marvel of modern science.
Honestly, this is the least sensitive YouTube chat I've ever been in. It's exactly, and that's the thing. Like, we're just, you guys know, like, we're good, you know. And if people cross the line too, we always give them a chance. Even if someone wants to come in here and be like, "Fuck you, Phil, you're a scumbag piece of shit. I hate you." Go ahead, you're welcome here. The thing is just when it's stuff like that, YouTube is crazy too.
There's certain lines.
I don't know what words they don't like. I don't know what fucking. It's such a pressing issue right now. Like. It's just not even worth going there sometimes. It's like, fuck it, not tonight. You know, not tonight, Moose. Maybe in like a year we can go back to.
I mean, even like Cornette, like they're always in the first 5 minutes. They make sure to like bleep thing, and they'll bleep certain things where you're like, that's not even that bad of a word, but got to be safe, man.
Yeah, and YouTube's going hard in the paint. They're going hard in the paint lately too. Again, it's not even that they're going hard. Everyone's like YouTube apocalypse. What it is they just change shit. So then everyone's like, fuck, what is okay? You know, what's okay again? Because I'm starting to see videos that are monetized that are dropping fuck the first like minute in. I don't know if they care as much about that as much anymore. So that could be a change, but I have to watch. I have to keep my eyes on it, right? It's all about studying the business. No, it's all about like staying on top of it though. YouTube's ever changing all the time. Their policies change and shit. See, then he just did the belly splash version of the bump.
He did.
Yeah, right there, man. I love it. That's like my favorite. And Ray didn't start doing that, I don't think, till later in his career, too. That's like a newer sort of thing. It's old now, but it's like, you know, back in the day, he used to do the Dragon Rana, where he'd springboard off the top and then hit the Hurricane Rana, where he'd land on them instead of sent on them. He'd do the backflip Dragon Rana, the West Coast Pop. You know, he stopped doing that after he hurt his knee. So this is a crazy bump he takes that's like newer, I feel like. What is Ray doing? Oh, okay. Double sentons.
All right.
See you, Brady. I don't even know who was in here. It's been great. I got to go. Phil, Ken. Yeah, everybody. Brady, take it easy, bro. Thanks for chilling, man.
Yeah, Brady's good people.
Nice dragon salt. Or dragon salt, pardon me, lion salt. Dragon salt is when fucking Ultimo Dragon would do that, a variation of that shit, I think. I might, Dave Meltzer might correct me on that. I didn't study.
The acai moonsault was the one to the outside.
Yes.
There's too many names.
Yeah. It's a fucking springboard moonsault in the ring. You know? That's what it is.
Yeah, right. Unless you're Excalibur. It's a Fujin Bartabuten. What?
Four, 5, 6, 7. I don't even know if he got to 10. Logan just cut him off and is hitting 619 punches there. Pat McAfee. Look, he's always popping me.
Yeah. He's like that crazy friend when you would watch wrestling in the group when you had to have the pay-per-view parties like you were saying with your family.
Yes. AEW is free. Yes. Yeah, I remember too, like there was a while there where like in my youth where I was real fucking poor, but I'd go to my friend's house and his parents ordered them. So it was the one time, and we went to the same school and shit, so I could like sleep at his house sometimes on a Sunday if I was lucky, or like it was just the one time I'd creep to his house, stay up late. I'd be so tired the next day, but it was so worth it, you know, in elementary school or whatever.
Yeah. Back with the Sunday pay-per-views too. Those were rough.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Raw's still going. Yeah, it'll end in about, it looks like they're getting ready to take this thing home. So
Logan's got to steal. Man, look at that filled to the rafters. That third deck is full.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. When Uso comes out, when Jay comes out, everyone to the top of the building's yeeting.
Yup.
Like this shit's so hot and cool again, man. You gotta love it. Big boot, love it. Logan just with a big boot, man. Wrestling big man this match.
Yup.
Doing some athletic shit, but mixing in the big man stuff. And that's just good psychology, brother. And I love how he hit the boot that he just stands there for a minute. Like, hell yeah, cut him off. Good stuff, buddy. Good heat.
Yeah, his pacing is so good. Like, you could see why people are annoyed with how good he's gotten at this.
Oh, shit. Ray is going to... Oh, shit, dude. Sit out powerbomb on fucking Logan. Powerbomb. Whoa, was that a... Damn, I glitched out there. Did y'all see that? I was like, wait, was that just 3? Looked like a 4 count to me for a second. Let's watch it again. I think I just, like, Matrix glitched out. I must have blinked and missed something.
I think Logan, like, gets up for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't show it. Yeah, he wasn't fully down because Ray puts his hand on his chest, and that's when he started counting. Uh-oh.
Oh, damn. Here we go. Several moments of color tonight. Yeah, Logan Paul's nose has got a little color. Goes for that shitty belly splash. What was he doing?
Right? That was terrible.
Oh, he laid that punch in, dude. And then what is he hitting him with? Okay. So is that Logan's new finisher then? The right hand punch.
Okay.
So he does a back suplex where he flips and catches him into a DDT, and they're calling it the pulverizer. The pulverizer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the pulverizer.
There you go. Boom.
Like
so,
impulsive.
Here's the problem, though. A pulverizer. Yeah, they keep calling it that, dude. So
yeah.
Here's the thing. How do you hit this move on everybody? Watch this. How do you hit that on like fucking Cena or someone like that? You know, they're not even gonna let you put.
Yeah.
They're not even gonna let you do that to them. All just one punch. Yeah. They're gonna let you do that either, bro. You know.
That's where the brass knucks and shit comes in with him being a shit heel, so it could work. But yeah, you can't pull that move off on everybody.
I thought he was gonna stay using like the Miz's move or whoever his fucking who coached him again, like the stroke or whatever, that Jeff Jarrett's move or whatever that shit is. No, but that's a great move, but I don't know who he's gonna hit that on.
I mean, for who's gonna probably be in the chamber, Seth is the only person I think he could hit it on. That would let him. Yeah, because Drew, you're not gonna be able to do it to Drew, Cena, Punk, or Roman.
Oh, what the fuck? The Boo Day!
Oh shit!
Oh,
the Boo Day!
Shit, as it's going off the air.
I love this shit.
The Boo Day jumps Rey Mysterio. So we're gonna get some
Oh.
LWO tag action against
That was awesome.
Boo Day, probably. Like we'll get Ray and Dragon Lee against Boo Day or something like that. But Jesus Christ, man, that is crazy. I love that happens after the graphics, like as it's going off the air. Again, gives you a reason to want to be there live to see what you're not going to see on TV. Gives you a reason to jump on social media and be like, oh my God, what's going on? I wonder what's happening, da-da-da. And it gives you a reason to watch the show till the very bitter end, which they keep ending like it's a minute before 9:30 on my clock. So amazing shit, pal.
8:29 here. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. So round of applause, and everybody get your flutes in the chat.
Yeah.
Everybody, I want to see flutes in the chat. We're here for a fucking good time, not for a long time with this segment. I know we've already gone 3 hours 20, but I got a few to throw at you guys. And I'm sure there'll be abundance more by Wednesday. So flutes in the chat for a minute while I get hydrated for this here.
Yeah, and I mean with Raw too, that's how they did with KO last week, coming out and attacking Sammy, and then they had showed the pile driver to end it. Like these are perfect shows. Like, they really keep you invested.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
So the best part of the whole show, the main event. Yeah, everybody flutes in the chat because it is time for chat's favorite segment, Jake's favorite segment, Mrs. C's favorite segment, your boy Phil's favorite segment, Dave's least favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. So we chronicle the wars between Eric Bischoff, Raj Giri, Disco, just any prominent figure who goes at Dave Meltzer besides myself. And I'm just more reactionary too, because I'm blocked. I can't serve him up anyways, so I save it for the show. And I just put a flute and a cry emoji when something really pops me. If it's just Dave being dumb, I'll just throw a flute emoji to kind of signal to myself, okay, this can go in the segment. If I'll typically give some words if I have to give a little bit of extra thought there. But Eric Bischoff going at Dave, Leon Young. And this is when Gabe Kidd was freaking out on Bischoff too. So I wonder if it's all, I don't know if Gabe Kidd's like a Dave Meltzer guy, but Meltzer was like, Kenny should be the god of everything. And Gabe Kidd rules my ass and everything. But Leon Young says, I think Dave wheezes himself with excitement a little bit every time an AEW talent takes a pointless shot at WWE. Eric Bischoff responds and says, here's my honest take. He's either the most delusional mark out there and stumbled into a living, pretending to be knowledgeable about an industry he is void of experience, knowledge, or information, close definition of ignorance, or he's reasonably shrewd and knows he'll sell more subscriptions by creating the illusion of a war to sell more dirt sheet shit. Retweet if you agree. It's an amalgamation of both, Bischoff. I think he's a little delusional. If you listen to the old Jim Cornette files with Brian Lapp there, Dave Meltzer files, it's a little bit of delusion and him just being ignorant, like him having this perception of what things should be and him getting the rub from guys who wanted to stooge to him, and he feels valid because of like MMA guys giving him the rub all the fucking time. If you listen to these big prominent channels, man, they cite Meltzer and all the fucking time. It annoys me. And we actually have some MMA crossover Meltzer stuff where, like, you know, some of the MMA boys are staying at his place and shit like that. You know what I mean? To use his name and stuff like that. We got Luke Rockhold in there, who's a dummy dumb as well. But moving along, basically, we have more Bischoff here, but Bischoff just saying he's either ignorant or he's just shrewd and he's kayfabing everyone here to sell these shits. Eddie Gillette says, what do you think about Dave admitting his propaganda for AEW hasn't been good enough recently? The Dave Meltzer spin, right? And we've chronicled this here like no other than Meltzer Said What probably rivals us. And it's the Meltzer spin, him literally admitting, if you dive deep enough, he'll just flat out say, well, I mean, spin it like this, folks, because I mean, this looks good. One would say this, you know, and it's like, all right, or everybody says this. Who's everybody? Manny.
Manny
Manny
and
says
his girlfriend
that.
and
Yeah.
Dave's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Those
My
are the only two
girl-
people he's got.
Always. So this guy, Big Joe LeDuc, says, do you think WWE has a smear campaign directed at AEW? It seems obvious to me that they pay certain legends and bust it open to paint a negative picture of AEW. Oh my God, dude.
Good
Oh my
Lord.
God. Serious? Listen.
They
serious-
believe that too.
They've had enough troubles to where they wouldn't do like backdoor deals. There's publicly traded companies and all this shit. It just wouldn't happen. It would look so.
And they don't
There
have
would be.
to.
Yeah, they don't have to, man. It's just okay. Why are the buildings filled up? The buildings for WWE aren't filled up because AEW is shitty. That's not why it's doing so good. It's not a hot property in mainstream to talk about it because AEW was kind of good 5 years ago. That's not why it's happening. Okay, it's fucking so insane
Yeah.
to me. But yeah, it seems obvious to me that they pay certain legends busted open to paint a negative picture of AEW. So then what about the legends and all the numerous other gatekeepers who fucking and legacy media, if you want to call it that, all of those people, because we say mainstream, but fuck it. Like it's the mainstream's upside down these days. It's more like legacy, the people who've been doing it a decade plus who like sort of hold the keys. All of them are shilling. Why can't we say they're getting paid? And even I don't think they're getting paid, but we call them shills. But yeah. Meltzer says, though, always both sides in every wrestling war. Always. It's not a war.
Not even close.
No, dude, this is not a war. One is more effective at it than the other. So just like because WWE, it's always an excuse. It's not they're good. The booking. We just covered it. I dropped a clip today, I believe, on the Clips channel. Meltzer literally saying booking doesn't matter anymore. Like booking doesn't even matter anymore. It just doesn't. And then he says that Triple H is getting worked behind the scenes probably, and people are still working internally because his news is wrong. He's such a lying goofball. They're working him, and he can't rack his brain around why Manny and everyone are fucking telling him bullshit or those people don't exist. Dave, you need to start drinking or stop drinking. I don't know which one it is, but you're starting to see people. You're talking to ghosts, bro. You're fucking talking to imaginary folks in your head. But to Dave, the reason there's a smear campaign. WWE's way more effective at it. Why? Because they're more popular. They have more people talking shit on their behalf. There aren't more salty ass LA Lakers fans that talk an abundance of shit to everybody because Lakers are the fucking one of the dynasties. Am I wrong about that?
Right.
No. For real. You guys know these Laker fans on fucking Twitter. Come on, man. We all know these guys.
I mean, it's the fans of like all those types of teams: the Lakers, the Yankees, the Cowboys,
dynasty teams, man.
Yeah, the Patriots for a while. Like that's just how those people. Yeah, and people are like very tribal about their sides too. That's one of the things.
Always, dude. So one side's better. Yeah, WWE's doing everything better, bro. That's so I get that you're trying to use that as cope, but it's not an excuse. Eric Bischoff responds and says, the dipshit's still holding on to this wet dream of a wrestling war. It's simultaneously sad and hilarious. That's fucking
It really is though. Like fucking hell. Like what war? Where is anything in competition?
You
That's
could
like
say
being
at the
like
start
a AAA team in war and say you're in a war with a major league team. Like, no,
right.
You're not.
The war that's going on is GCW, AEW, but GCW staying out of that shit because they're still kind of working with them. So there's no real wrestling war. WWE's just kick. If there was one, it was like 5 years ago, and WWE won. So it doesn't really
hands down. They
Yeah,
won in the
it's
sweep.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah.
So Triple H's thoughts response to Meltzer. Meltzer tweets this out. Don't get fooled. Almost every pay-per-view last year was on fire, and the other obstacles still led to a decline in interest. So he's talking about AEW and saying, don't be fooled. All of AEW's pay-per-views have been cooking. Meanwhile, they've been the worst. All these sickos go, man, another banger. Tony books great pay-per-views. He doesn't, man. Last year, they were on a string of some of the worst pay-per-views ever. And the effects of that are showing now. Okay. A year later, we're like, see, Told you, motherfuckers. And so Dave's like, don't get fooled. The pay-per-views were great. And the shit's still going to the shit, and WWE's going up. Dude, here's the difference. All of WWE shows are getting bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better. AEWs have gotten worse and worse and worse and worse, and people try to point it out. And then now you're like, but don't be fooled. That has nothing to do with it. I assure you, I study the business 50 years. It's like, you couldn't be more. This is just such like, this is so disrespectful to think people are so dumb that they read this.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
You know, it's just disrespectful to like human. This is inhumane, as Ray Phoenix would say.
Right.
No, but to treat people like they're this fucking dumb, Dave. Like, I know you fucking shill your $15 newsletter to a lot of dum-dums, but man, this is another level of like hot crowds and hot matches don't overcome negative image. So now it's a conspiracy theory. It's not that AEW is bad. It's that, well, WWE made the image that AEW is bad, and that doesn't matter if the matches are hot. Well, how are they hot? How many people did they draw? Oh, the crowd popped for some moves. Cool, Dave. They do that at the indie shows too. Indie shows are some of the hottest crowds ever.
Absolutely.
Doesn't translate on TV all the time.
They don't give a shit about the story.
Yeah, because exactly. That's where you show up at an indie. You haven't been watching this indie. You might have missed the last. They might go once a month, and you missed the last 3, and they don't have TV, and they're not super big on social media. So you go to the indie, and then they tell the story in ring more. You can't do that on a weekly TV show where you want people to watch your weekly TV show every week because it's a TV show weekly. You know, it doesn't fucking work that way. And it's like, don't be fooled. Everything's banging, even though it isn't. But I just won't admit that. It's some conspiracy. It's just a smear campaign. Hillary Clinton.
So last year, my wife and I went to a beer festival, and a local wrestling indie had a couple of matches out there, and there was 2 of them that were trying to just do every move they can and spam the moves, and people were like, whatever. The last match, they did a full-on worked, like pro wrestling style, like silly match where but they got people into it, and that was the crowd got hot into it. Like, it was very simple. Yeah. You don't have to. The match itself matters, but not really. Interact with the crowd, connect with the crowd, have fun.
And him just sitting here saying like his idea of what almost every pay-per-view last year was good, but just because of their negative image, you all said it wasn't, and the buy rates and the views and the houses weren't good though. Like, you couldn't have more cope. This is the definition of him like pulling his dick out and just pissing in everyone's mouths. You know. On fucking his timeline by saying shit like this. Everyone should mass unfollow him. Like, this guy should just be ostracized forever, saying some level of cope. But speaking of cope,
Tony's bad booking. Is that what other obstacles mean? Man.
And speaking of cope, though, so Meltzer said what sent me this one. I've been real locking in with the MMA lately more too. I'm just really fucking into it and going back over the old stuff and all of that. So I don't know. Good stuff, man. Anyways, Meltzer said what responds, and then he actually sent me this, though. He copied this one and DM'd it to me, and he goes, this is known as the Luke Rockhold Meltzer cough, and its origins trace back a decade. So check this out. Las Vegas local, whatever, says, there's a weird flu ripping through Las Vegas. It's knocking people out of commission for weeks, often turning into pneumonia. Patients test negative for COVID and influenza. Some are calling it the cough. Right? So, hey, all I'll say, not black helicopters, but you guys looking at that last shit, and that was some fucking... Hey, now, America, quit fucking around. I don't know what's going on there lately, bro. Quit fucking around, all right? We get... Jesus Christ. But anyways, so Meltzer said what goes, this is known as the Luke Rockhold cough. So Luke Rockhold is one of the most delusional, if you guys are unfamiliar, he's like one of the most delusional MMA fighters of all time. Now, I give him credit. At one point, he was the best in the world. He was a legit middleweight champion. He uses like a karate style. He's fought in I think he's kickboxed, MMA. He was a champion in Strikeforce. He's done bare knuckle boxing. You know, he is a savage, but he's also a model for, I want to say, Ralph Lauren and like Gucci and shit, you know, like you know, he's a big fucking, like, he's a legit model.
Like he's David Beckham.
Yes. Okay. So, but he's like he's an idiot. He's sort of delusional. his trash talk. Like, go
So
look
like
up
David
Luke,
Beckham. I'm kidding.
yeah,
That
go
was a
look up
joke.
Luke
My bad.
Rockhold trash talk online, and you'll just laugh for like 15 minutes. His shit is so funny and cringe. And but yeah, he's a legit fighter. And Michael Bisping, famously, he talked all this shit to Bisping, and Bisping with one eye, famously on like week's notice, got called in to replace someone, and in the first round, in like 30 seconds, one punched Luke Rockhold and just KO'd him, dude, and won the middleweight title, which was just amazing. But yeah, so Meltzer said what pulls this from fucking 2015. Luke Rockhold shown visibly ill week of UFC on Fox 15 in New Jersey. Machida versus Rockhold, training out of AKA Gym in San Jose, home of Dave Meltzer. So Meltzer lives in San Jose. The AKA Gym, American Kickboxing Academy, is based out of San Jose. And I don't know where, like, Meltzer said what, I didn't react to this, but he sent this to me and he's like, it's the Meltzer cough. I don't know if he was like lit sending me a joke. I don't know what it's about, and I don't know if this is Luke Rockhold staying at Meltzer's fucking house. But what I'm trying to say is that these motherfuckers, I could send you videos, MMA on Point, some of the biggest channels. They're like, Meltzer's really reputable in MMA still. And it's because his knowledge of pay-per-views and ticket sales and all of that sort of stuff, and which he does chronicle. He doesn't know shit when he talks about MMA. He gives the vaguest, like, coverage and reviews and stuff like that. But that's the reason why he's spiraling out of control, to tie it back to pro wrestling, is because in AEW, he can't use ticket sales and TV numbers and pay-per-view buys and shit to flex anymore. He can't do that, right? So in MMA, yes, he's credible because he's chronicled the history of the matches and he's fucking he knows the real numbers and shit. But because he can't use that to put AEW over, like, he can't chronicle the matches because of the internet and then create a narrative that AEW is better than it is. Like in the 80s and 90s, before the internet, he could say shit in Japan or the UK was better than it even fucking was, or in Mexico. He could make believe it's better than it even was because no one could fucking see it, and they're just looking at pictures and stuff like that. So he can't do that with AEW, right? MMA doesn't need him to do that. There's people way more reputable, and UFC is the fastest growing, biggest fucking sport on earth right now. And then one of them, you know, and then like him spinning ticket sales and shit, he can't do that for AEW anymore. At the beginning, it worked in his favor. Now it doesn't work in his favor, and that's why we're seeing all the delusional spiral. I hope I've made that make sense, and that's why I think I'm able to approach Dave from a different aspect, because I also am locked in a bubble where he's vastly respected. Like, if you say, no, Dave's fucking dumb, look at his wrestling shit, people just roast you for being a wrestling guy, you know. But anyways, here's the the Luke Rockhold cough that he gave to Meltzer in San Jose.
Let's hear it. Oh, it hurts. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's fucked up. Always week before the fight. Fucking always happen. 9 days.
The week before the fight. I don't know. There you go, guys. Stay away from that if you're in Vegas. And shout out Meltzer said what? Anything he directly sends me, I put on the show. I don't know about that one. But anyways, Dave Meltzer. So here's the great delusion. This shit is so fucking funny. So Wrestle Talk quotes Dave here. Okay. And it's about Mercedes Moné for the TBS title at Grand Slam Scam in Australia against Harley Cameron. And Dave Meltzer compares the upcoming Mercedes Moné versus Harley Cameron match at AEW Grand Slam Scam to Ric Flair versus fucking Sting, dude.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
Okay. And Meltzer goes,
oh my God.
He goes, actually, you know, Mercedes is really, really good. And I think this is the biggest test for Mercedes, you know, actually, because they're going to, Australia, and, Harley's, actually from Australia, and, she's getting a championship, match. She's really over. And he doesn't even say the word over. They have to put it in brackets because he goes, because she's getting a championship match and she's really, and if Mercedes is the great. So he didn't even finish his thought. They had to put brackets. He implied they meant over. You know what I mean, dude? Because he probably said, she's really, and if Mercedes is, Fucking Dave, dude. I wish we had the audio of this. But here's the thing. 20,000 people. I think the number is legit. 20,000 people, like at their peak, watch AEW in Australia. That's it. 20,000 people watch it in Australia.
They have to work for it.
So how over is she? Like maybe they're the real diehard sickos who are there they'll erupt for her. But I don't know, if you're in a big empty vapid fucking building, then it's stupid, you know. But Dave goes, and if Mercedes is the great worker that she often shows herself to be, you know, you should take this as a challenge to go, you know what? I'm gonna make this woman. I'm gonna be Ric Flair. You want to be Ric Flair? This is Ric Flair and Sting. That's what it is. So go and make Sting. Oh boy. It's a real weird comparison. And here's the thing, Dave. You know what Tony Khan's going to do. Mercedes is belt collecting right now, Dave. And this is your dream, the great worker, the belt collector. I mean, you know, in America, I mean, Kenny Omega, the god of every federation. This is what you wanted, Dave. This is what you fantasy mark booked, and Tony studied you, and you said you studied the business, and so this is what your dumbass got. She's not going to win the TBS fucking title, bro. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I definitely don't think it happens on the Grand Slam Scam Collision show, bro. I just really don't see it happening. Maybe they give Harley this crowning moment, but I think it's more Tony Storm winning the belt back from Mariah May is more the thing that they're going with. So,
yeah.
Anyways, and then Harley comparing her to Sting. I mean, maybe. And I'm not saying Harley Cameron's as good as Sting. Oh, there you go. So then just bury her, why don't you? But Harley Cameron, as far as charisma and everything like that, she's showing as much as Sting did before the Ric Flair match. I'm not saying it's going to last for 40 years like Sting, but that's my analogy. Are you the Ric Flair of women? Go make her. So he's like, go and make her, which he's kind of right. But Mercedes Moné doesn't care about that. She just wants to win 10 billion fucking belts and get a tour bus and make $10 million and get private planes and not have to work all the time and sit there and eat while getting her makeup done into her fucking camera and being like, fuck you guys. For real? I fucking ate all of your fucking guts. I honestly don't care if none of you came back again to watch this fucking show. Right? So
don't call me Sasha.
Mercedes responds to fucking Meltzer with one of my favorite nerd alert. Now I said that on the show. Listens to PWT confirmed, possibly. Because one of my all-time favorite trilogies, Austin Powers, and then nerd alert, because what else are you gonna say to that? And then she's like, shut the fuck up. So even she buried Meltzer because she came up in that WWE culture where they think he's a fucking idiot too. And it's just hilarious to me that we go, oh, Mercedes or like AEW people want to wrestle for 5 stars. You know, Monet doesn't give a fuck about that shit, or she wouldn't have done that main event with Yuka. All she wants to do is make tons of fucking money and be featured as though she's a star without really, I don't know, like she earned it in WWE, but then going to AEW and then being like resentful sort of her WWE time is sort of how it feels like it's doing a little bit. And I've covered it before. The only reason she's paid the amount she is because of her time in WWE and her time as Sasha Banks. But it's hilarious. She just buries fucking Dave, like, nerd alert, shut the fuck up. And you know she did this because she doesn't care about any of that shit. She doesn't care about making anybody. She thinks she's still being made, and she thinks she should have 12 fucking belts. And comparing her to Ric Flair too, you know she's going to be like, whatever. And it's funny she calls Dave out, but it's not for the reason everyone's going to be like, even Monet doesn't like fucking Dave. It's not that, though. It's because she doesn't care about the shit he's talking right now. Like, she's going to go out of her way for someone fucking else. If she was going to do that, she would have did that for Naomi. And she wouldn't have walked out on Naomi too and convinced her to walk out. Which thank God, because it helped Naomi a bit. But like she would have fucking stuck it out for Naomi to help and all the other women to help get those tag belts over or drop it and go solo, whatever the fuck. Her and Naomi had something there. Right? People got so behind that tag team. So she doesn't give a fuck about any of that. She wrestled Vaquer, beat her, wrestles Statlander, beats her, wrestles everybody and beats them. Willow, Yuka Sakazaki, brings Camille in, fucking makes her look stupid and then ditches her off. She doesn't care about making
kicks her off the show.
Bro. What are you talking
about? She's going to take Megan Bane's title too.
Yeah, she's going to go beat Megan. Like, all of a sudden, fucking Mercedes wants to make indie appearances at HOG to what? Take Megan Bane's title and then they can rematch for it or some shit at the... Or like she goes and loses to Megan Bain at HOG, but then on an AEW pay-per-view, she wins the HOG title or vice versa or something like that. Like, that's such bullshit, man. Yeah. And it's just because Tony Khan's trying to get his fingerprints in as much stuff as he can. And shout out Monet for roasting his ass. Although his analogy isn't the worst, and he is saying like, oh, it won't last like Sting, but he's like, go make her. But dude, you begged for this. You begged for boss time and all the highest paid women's. Meltzer was all over that. She's the highest paid. I mean, she's one of the best workers of the world. And yeah, well, Tony Khan, Mercedes Moné, you were the biggest proponent, if you will, of her getting this massive deal and being able to flex like this. This is what you asked for, Dave. Don't now sit there and go, oh, go and make this girl. You know that's not going to happen. You fucking stupid idiot. And because Dave is a stupid idiot, and because he says shit like this, and even Moné has to call him out, we play flutes here at PWT, and I cover the shit, and that's why we do this segment. That was called, that, ladies and gentlemen, was Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. Bickety bam, motherfuckers. I want to thank you all for being here tonight with me. Jake, thanks for popping in for the Raw for a little bit tonight. That's always fun. Round of applause for Jake and myself and chat. You're all goated. We dropped down viewership a bit when we were just sitting there fucking listening to dead air, watching Raw. And then, of course, for Meltzer, we jumped back up over 300 of you guys across both channels. Thank you all so much. Pro Wrestle Times on Patreon. Please check that out. Please check out Pro Wrestle Times on YouTube as well. That channel's on its way to 2K subs, just surpassed 1,700. Make sure you sub to this channel. If you're not, hit the like. We're almost at 6K. Let's see. Let's try and get to 6K by the Chamber, maybe. I forget when the Chamber is, but maybe that's a good time. And don't forget, PWT 100 on Saturday, this Saturday. Make sure you're there. Going to be spectacular. I also have a pod dropping with Grapple Vision. I want to do it this week. So I recorded it way back, and fucking Grapple's probably like, dude, why the fuck haven't you dropped this thing yet? But there was some drama in the IWC behind the scenes I haven't brought to the show or anything because it just was so fucking dumb. So dumb, guys. I don't even want to, but and I'd have to like bury people that I don't want to have to do that. But Grapple Vision, one of the OGs in the YouTube space. I just kind of waited for this shit to blow over, and then now I'm going to drop the pod, and you guys will see. We talk about the drama a little bit on the show, although it wasn't so dramatic when we recorded the thing. It was all in good taste, I thought, but then it got so fucking dramatic that it was like, all right, maybe hold up, but it's cool. And then I'll get him on to do an update thing. Grapple Vision's the go and check out his channel. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit subscribe. Phil Mark's out coming soon. Drink lots of water. Until next time, I'll see you all in the Upside Down. Jake, I love you, buddy. I'll DM you soon this week. Perfect. Here, and let's do some Patreon shit as well. All Jake takes on coming soon. Round of applause for the PWT Universe. Love you all. We will see you in the Upside Down. Peace, motherfuckers. Love you, Moose. Yeah, Jake, thanks for being here. George as well. Peace, everybody. Absolutely. Take care of each other. We will see you for PWT 99 on Wednesday, PWT 100 on Saturday. Be there or be a square. Peace.
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah.
can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
We have just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
That mother effing melts.
Know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
The point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You got to run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. It'll be a lot like my favorite movie. Time God. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
Keep themselves safe.
I look and see it's not just me.
Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
I look and see it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call us